Chapter 1440. Ling Ying and the others were basically at home and had not returned. Originally, they didn't plan to go home. However, since that bastard Lin Xian went somewhere else, they felt that it would be better to stay in Lin and city for a while. After all, they would be away from home for 3 months. 3 months in the God's awakening door, so it was better for them to accompany their family. Xiao Xinyue, Xiao Runing, and the rest also went back. Wu Yuhan was the only one here. Wang Xintong also went to accompany Qin Feng. Where's that Huang Shi? Lin Xian asked in surprise. She went back. Bing Lingyue said. She went back? Isn't it good to stay here? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Maybe she still likes that place. But she said that she would come here often. It's easy for her to come here. Okay then, let's go out for dinner. Lin Xian laughed. Okay. Oh, my little sweetheart. Lin Xian carried little Shi. Hey, little Tianyi, aren't you going to carry her? Yi Renbing glared at Lin Xian. I like daughters. Lin Xian scratched little Shi's nose. Ugh. Little Tianyi pouted. You favor girls over boys. Lin Xian laughed. Not really. I like all of them. How can I not like my baby? It's just that girls need to be spoiled while boys need to be independent. Little Dragony thinks that little Tianyi needs to be spoiled. Little Dragony flew to Lin Xian's shoulder. Oh. Why? Little Shi bullies little Tianyi every day. Ha ha ha. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. You're not tough at all. Next time little Shi sticks out her tongue, bite her. Lin Xian pinched little Tianyi's cheeks. Even if I bite her, she has no teeth. Ling Longyue said. That's true. Lin Xian laughed. Let's go out and play. Chenxi, Lin Xian wants to have dinner with us. Let's go. Morong Qing put on her coat. Luo Chenxi closed the contract and nodded. I'll be there soon. Let's go and get Bai Xianxian and Lang Wuxin. Bai Xianxian and Lang Wuxin were in charge of the Azura Palace, while Morong Qing and Luo Chenxi were in charge of the Art Xian group. There was a huge connection between them. Although they were in charge of 2 departments, they were a family. In a huge private room, among a group of beautiful girls, there was only one man, Lin Xian. Oh no! There was one more person, little Tianyi. Order, order. Feng Ling, you're the guest. You order first. Lin Xian smiled and handed the menu to Feng Ling. All right. Feng Ling glanced at it and thought about it. Wow. Damn you bastard Lin Xian. This was indeed a 5-star hotel. It was true that there were many expensive things, but, looking at the dozens of beautiful people around her, who were all Lin Xian's friends or women, how could she have the nerve to cheat him like this in front of this group of people around Lin Xian? She was completely embarrassed. Wait, were they sure that some of them were Lin Xian's friends? Were they sure that not all of them were women? That was not the case. After all, there were still some that were not in her hands. Not in her hands did not mean that she could not get them, but Lin Xian had not confessed yet. Or rather, he had not really made a move yet. Ahem, whatever. You can order. I'm fine with anything. I'll just order the dishes and soup. Feng Ling handed the menu to Lin Xian and then secretly glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. How dare she fight with him? Linya and the others were in a room. Their team had already expanded to 5 people, and all of them had the power of a demon god. However, there were 3 demon gods on Lin Xian's side. Myriad Evil Lightning, Void Killing Eyes, and Dark Mist. Their side could only have 9 at most. Zhao Mengyue walked over and looked at Linya, who was sitting at the side and seemed to be in a completely different world from the other 4. Let me tell you a piece of good news. Zhao Mengyue's lips curled up as she looked at Linya and said. Linya opened her beautiful eyes. I also received the latest news. Your precious little brother already has a daughter and a son. Linya's delicate body suddenly trembled. Little Xian. Little Xian is already a father? I want to go see them. Linya hurriedly stood up and said. I'm already being extremely benevolent by telling you this news. You still want to see them? Linya secretly clenched her fists. Work hard. The two of you will go with Linya to search for the next demon god's power. As for the person who will inherit this power, I'll bring them over. Zhao Mengyue said lightly. Yes, boss. Zhao Mengyue then tossed 2 photos to Linya. Work hard after you're done looking at them. Don't say that I'm not attentive to you. Zhao Mengyue left after saying that. She was only trying to win over Linya's heart. At the very least, it would give her some motivation to continue working, right? Linya hurriedly picked up the 2 photos. They were obviously secretly taken at a certain location. There were several people in the photos. Linglong Shui was hugging Shika-chan, and Yi Renbing was hugging little Tianyi. It wasn't very clear, but there were 2 photos that were especially clear. So cute. Linya lightly rubbed the photos as a smile appeared on her face. Is this Linglong? I see. Linya nodded slightly. That very, very beautiful Linglong Shui. But who was the other one? She should also be very beautiful. On the other side, Xiao family. Lin Xian is back? Xiao Yun asked. Yes, young master. He just came back during the day. Xiao Yun lightly rubbed his chin. Since he's back, then the people from Evil God Fire Palace should let him come over. At this time, Xiao Yun's father walked in. Father. Yes, that Lin Xian is back. I reckon that Evil God Fire Palace will let him come over in the next few days. Xiao Yun said, then how do we make a move? Lin Xian's value would be higher than theirs. At that time, regardless of whether Lin Xian had a higher position in Evil God Fire Palace or not, their Xiao family would no longer have much value to Evil God Fire Palace. Their ending would only be that their position in Evil God Fire Palace would become weaker and weaker, and they would gradually be squeezed dry. This was one of the consequences of Lin Xian joining the Evil God Palace. Therefore, to them, only Lin Xian's death would be good news for the Xiao family. And the normal method of killing Lin Xian no longer existed. It was too difficult. However, since Lin Xian wanted to come to the Xiao family, then it wasn't necessarily impossible. Below the Xiao family was the Evil God Fire Palace. There were also members of the Evil God Fire Palace above them, but there were more Xiao family members above them. At the very least, they could make contact with Lin Xian before he went down, and that was their chance. Don't worry, he will meet us when the time comes. You and he can be considered old acquaintances, so let him die in the Xiao family. Won't the Evil God Fire Palace blame us? Then they have to have evidence that we were the ones who did it, right? Even if they know in their hearts, they won't do anything without evidence. After all, Lin Xian is dead, so our value is still very high. Chapter 1441. During this meal, Feng Ling witnessed what it meant to be surrounded by beauties. Oh my God! It was too scary. In addition to the sisters she had seen before, there were actually a few more sisters. Moreover, they were especially beautiful and had a special flavor. She was really going to be scared to death. Could it be that all of them were? Moreover, Ling Ying and the others were not here yet. Damn! Feng Ling pointed to a few more sisters. It was Murong Qing and the others. The hotel was also stunned. People who didn't know would think that it was a director choosing his concubines. But it was too beautiful. This meal lasted for a long time. They talked about a lot of things and everything. Everyone drank a lot. Little She and little Tianyi fell asleep in their arms. After that, everyone went back together. Lin Xian, Feng Ling didn't care if she cheated Lin Xian of his money. Now, those beautiful women. She, as the daughter of the Feng family, had never seen so many beautiful women. What them? Stop pretending. Are they all your women? Lin Xian shook his head. Not all of them. Phew. Feng Ling took a deep breath. Fortunately, it wasn't all of them. If it was all of them, it would be too exaggerated. Oh right. I heard that you have a sister? Which one of them is your sister? Feng Ling suddenly thought of something and asked. Lin Xian sighed. My sister is somewhere else. Ah. Lin Xian smiled and said, It's okay. It's late. Go back and rest. You can go to little Meow Meow and the others. Okay, I know. Where are we going tomorrow? Aren't you going to farm with them tomorrow? Oh, right. Then get lost, scumbag. Feng Ling glared at Lin Xian and ran away. Lin Xian smiled and shrugged. Then, he walked away. Lin Xian went to Bai Xuanxuan's place. Bai Xianxian and Lang Wuxin had just finished drinking. The two of them sat in the courtyard and enjoyed the night breeze. They drank tea and ate fruits while chatting. Now that you mention it, it's a little unbelievable. Bai Xianxian sat there with her hands on the ground. What happened? Lang Wuxin glanced at her. That Lin Xian is already in the great virtual realm. Thinking about it, I feel like time really flies, but I also feel like it hasn't been that long. The current era is the golden age of the human race. In the next 100 years, the human race will reach a peak. This will also be an opportunity for the human race and the demon race to determine the final victor. Lang Wuxin said calmly. But speaking of inconceivable, she should be the one who found it most inconceivable, right? The first time she had met Lin Xian was in the Great Hall of the Tianhua Academy in Tianhua City. At that time, Qin Xiaotian had been exposed by Lin Xian. She had wanted to save him but had been stopped by a woman, the woman she had seen at dinner tonight. At that time, Lin Xian was only at the profound heaven realm, right? How long had it been since then? 2 years. Back then, a group of them had all reached the heavenly venerable realm and the great virtual realm in such a short time. It was somewhat unbelievable. Yes, the human race and the demon race will probably erupt into the second large-scale war soon. Even if the demon race doesn't make a move, the human race will definitely make a move. The human race may not necessarily want to destroy the demon race, but they definitely need to suppress the demon race's arrogance. At least make sure that the demon race doesn't have the energy and capital to attack the human race for many years. Bai Xianxian sighed. It couldn't be helped. This was the current situation of the continent. The war will probably start in at most 5 years, right? Lang Wuxin said. It's about time. Lin Xian's generation has already risen. When they reached the heavenly venerable realm, they were already rising. It won't be long before everyone in this generation reaches the great virtual realm. The weaker ones will stay in the heavenly venerable realm, but that's enough. The next generation will also rise in 5 years. The human race is almost there, but before that... Bai Xianxian looked at Lang Wuxin with her beautiful eyes and said, the human race must eliminate the internal threat and eliminate the evil fiend temple. The evil fiend temple was indeed a big threat. If the human race and the 3 major forces fought the demon race with all their strength, and the evil fiend temple took advantage of the situation to do something, it would be very troublesome. Isn't Lin Xian going to deal with the evil fiend temple? Lang Wuxin said. Yes. At this moment, Lin Xian walked over. Hey, good evening. Lin Xian giggled as he sat between them. Then, he reached out and hugged both women. Bai Xianxian was used to it, but Lang Wuxin was still very unhappy. There are so many beauties here. Why did you come to accompany us? Bai Xianxian said with a smile. Because I like you guys the most. Lin Xian grinned. Perhaps he was a scumbag. It was mainly because Lin Xian had accompanied Lu Yufan, and Xin, and the others during the day. He had also accompanied Linglong Shui and the others previously. Therefore, he decided to come here tonight. On the other hand, Luo Chenxi and Murong Qing. Let's talk about it next time. Alright, tell me more about the evil god Fire Hall's forces. Lin Xian said to Lang Wuxin. Lang Wuxin then told Lin Xian. This is only what I know, but there may be some deviations. However, there is only a possibility of more and not less. You have to grasp it yourself. Lang Wuxin said. Lin Xian nodded. Alright, I got it. Are you going to make a move? Lang Wuxin asked. It's about time. Tonight, Lin Xian received a message that he did not know who it was, but it was definitely from the evil god Fire Palace. Since he had returned from the Wind Empire, he definitely had to make a trip to the evil god Fire Palace, which was also the Xiao family. They still foolishly thought that they still had their poison in their bodies. In fact, it had long been cured. Moreover, the Ya Xian group was secretly developing an antidote for the poison pill. When the time came to cooperate with the three great forces, they would definitely be prepared to destroy the evil fiend hall. Bai Xian looked at Lin Xian with her beautiful eyes. Be careful. Yeah, I'll probably be leaving tomorrow. Let's have a chat before I leave? Lin Xian smirked. I'm on my period. Bai Xian stood up and silently walked away. Lin Xian then looked at Lang Wuxin. He didn't leave. After saying that, she got up and walked away. Lin Xian? F*CKU. Lin Xian had gone to look for Luo Chenxi. As for Morong Qing, he had not gotten her yet. In fact, Lin Xian really wanted to look for Little Bing Bing and Xiao Linglong. However, after thinking about it, it was also good to accompany Luo Chenxi. Well, that woman would probably be resentful. The next morning, Lin Xian was awakened by the sound of his phone. He pulled his hand out and Lin Xian answered the call. I'm already in Lin and City. A voice came from the phone. I'll be there later. After saying that, Lin Xian hung up the phone. Luo Chenxi opened her beautiful eyes. Who is it? She also heard the voice on the phone. It did not sound like a good person's tone, and it sounded very careful. Chapter 1442. Lin Xian smirked and stretched out his hand. It hurts. She glared at Lin Xian. I'm from the evil fiend hall. Ah. Luo Chenxi was stunned. Why are you contacting the evil fiend hall? Because I'm a member of the evil fiend hall. Lin Xian smiled. Luo Chenxi? Fake, it must be fake. Don't worry, I'm not a bad person. Lin Xian smiled. I'll make you some noodles. Do you want to eat? Eat. Lin Xian pinched her hand and walked into the kitchen. Bastard, it hurts. Luo Chenxi gritted her teeth and looked angrily at Lin Xian's back as he walked away. As for the evil god Fire Palace, they probably wouldn't make a move this time. The evil god Fire Palace thought that Lin Xian was poisoned, so they definitely wouldn't dare to disobey him. They definitely wouldn't have thought that the poison pill that made the entire human race and the three great forces helpless would actually be cured. Eat, I'll be leaving first. Lin Xian looked at Luo Chenxi, who walked out in her pajamas, and put the noodles on the table. You're not eating? I'm not eating, I'm leaving. Lin Xian opened the door and walked out. He could go to Chengdu and meet Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and the others. He wanted to see if there was a chance to trick them into sleeping on the same bed. Nice. And then there was Morong Yu. Wow. Exciting. Soon, Lin Xian arrived at the coffee shop. Young Master Lin. A man stood up with a smile. Lin Xian walked over and sat down. I've ordered the coffee for you. Thank you. Lin Xian took a sip of coffee. Let me introduce myself. I'm Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan stretched out his hand to Lin Xian. Xiao Zhan? From the looks of it, this person should be from the Xiao family. This evil god Fire Palace was in the Xiao family, so it was normal for them to send the Xiao family to find him. Lin Xian nodded. Why are you looking for me? Let's talk about this when we get there. I don't know the details. I'm just someone who's going to bring you there. Xiao Zhan said. Let's go then. All right. Then, the two of them boarded the plane and headed for Heaven Capital. The evil fiend palace didn't send anyone around me over, did they? In the first-class cabin, Lin Xian asked calmly. We respect young Master Lin. Since young Master Lin said not to contact them before this, we will definitely not contact them, let alone let them go. Lin Xian was referring to Ling Ying and the others. Yes. Lin Xian nodded and didn't say anything. It didn't take long for the plane to land at the airport. There was already a car waiting for Lin Xian outside the airport. "Young Master Lin, get in the car." Lin Xian walked in. "Young Master Lin, long time no see." Xiao Yun sat in the back seat and smiled as he looked at Lin Xian, who was sitting over. When Lin Xian saw Xiao Yun, he revealed a shocked expression. "So the Xiao family is also related to the evil god Fire Palace." Lin Xian knew about this, but the Xiao family thought that Lin Xian didn't know, so Lin Xian would definitely pretend that he didn't know. "What's wrong? Young Master Lin seems to look down on us. Aren't we the same now?" Xiao Yun said with a smile. "That makes sense. Drive." Soon, the car arrived at the Xiao family. "Xiao family? The Xiao family is the evil god Fire Palace?" Lin Xian asked in surprise. "You can say that. Why? You didn't expect it?" "That's indeed unexpected," Lin Xian said indifferently. Previously, this young master and young Master Lin had some grudges, but since everyone is a family now, I think this grudge should be resolved, right? Xiao Yun said with a smile. "As long as you want to resolve it, then it doesn't matter," Lin Xian said. "Ha ha ha, that's good." Then they got out of the car. Xiao Yun's father and no less than 10 people were waiting in front of a villa. Since the Xiao family could be in this manner, then they must be from the evil god Fire Palace. "Ha ha ha, young Master Lin, your presence brings light to my Xiao family." Xiao Jiangwo smiled and walked towards Lin Xian. "Patriarch Xiao, this should be the first time we meet." "Nice to meet you," Lin Xian said with a smile. "Ha ha ha, nice to meet you. Come in and have a seat," Xiao Jiangwo said with a smile. Lin Xian glanced around and said, "So, Patriarch Xiao is the master of the evil god Fire Palace?" Lin Xian pretended not to know. "Ha ha, of course not. I'm also a member of the evil god Fire Palace." "There's no hurry. Lin Xiaozhou must be tired from the journey. He can go to the living room to rest and have a cup of tea before going to the evil god Fire Palace," Xiao Jiangwo said with a smile. Lin Xian nodded and walked in. Xiao Jiangwo exchanged glances with Xiao Yun and the others. "Patriarch Xiao," the palace master said to bring Lin Xian over when he arrives. An old man whispered to Xiao Jiangwo. Xiao Jiangwo said, "Lin Xiaozhou must be tired from the journey. Are you sure it's normal to bring him to the evil god Fire Palace? Can't you give him 10 minutes to rest and drink tea?" The old man hesitated for a moment. What Xiao Yun said seemed to make sense. It's best to hurry up. It's just a cup of tea. Moreover, my son and this Lin Xian have known each other for a long time. There are still some things to discuss. We have a good relationship with each other. In the future, the palace master and the others should be able to negotiate better terms with Lin Xian. Xiao Jiangwo rode. Patriarch Zhao's words make sense. And what was their plan? Kill Lin Xian. How could this cup of tea be simple? There was poison in it. Of course, Lin Xian wouldn't die in the Xiao family like this. He would either die in the evil god Fire Palace below or die outside. At that time, even if they suspected him, what could he do? Who knew that the cup of tea was poisoned? Couldn't he have been poisoned on the way or at some point in time? And even if for some reason they found out about it, Xiao Jiangwo and Xiao Yun had already prepared a foolproof plan. They would bring out a cannon fodder. This cannon fodder would say that he had a grudge with Lin Xian. He couldn't wait to kill Lin Xian and so on. As long as he could kill Lin Xian, he would be willing to die. In any case, Lin Xian's death had nothing to do with the Xiao family. And Lin Xian's side wouldn't make a move against the evil god Fire Palace for the time being. The purpose of Lin Xian's trip this time was to go in and take a look at the general situation inside the evil god Fire Palace. After understanding it, he wouldn't be in a hurry to make a move next time. There was no need to coordinate with the 3 major forces on his first time here. Ha ha ha, poor tea, poor tea. Xiao Jiangwo walked in and said with a smile, "A beautiful girl poured tea for them." I heard that young Master Lin has advanced to the virtualized stage? Xiao Jiangwo took a sip of tea and asked with a smile. The news spread so fast? Ha ha ha, who in the major families doesn't know about young Master Lin's matter in the Wind Empire? Lin Xian picked up the teacup and took a sip. The moment he drank it, Lin Xian knew that there was poison in the tea. Chapter 1443. Lin Xian's medical skills were simply too strong. It wasn't that he had learned medical skills himself, but that the system had given him this top-notch ability. It was a fusion of ancient and modern medical skills. Basically, he had everything he could possibly have. Therefore, when Lin Xian drank this cup of tea, he also roughly knew how poisonous this poison was. The poison was very strong, but it wasn't intense. With his cultivation, even if he couldn't cure the poison, it would take at least 2 to 3 hours for there to be a reaction. So, this Xiao family wanted him to die outside, so it had nothing to do with them, right? Lin Xian laughed in his heart. Then how could he let them do as they wished? The matter of the Wind Nation is also a farce. Lin Xian then drank the tea in one gulp and said, "This tea is pretty good." Xiao Yun laughed in his heart. It was very good. A tea that could make people die was definitely very good. Ha ha ha, if young Master Lin likes it, I'll bring you some when we go back. Lin Xian smiled and nodded, sure. Xiao Jiangwo laughed in his heart. It seemed that this Lin Xian didn't have any suspicions. Did he think that since they were all members of the evil god Fire Palace, everything would be fine? What is the approximate strength of this evil god Fire Palace? Lin Xian asked. This. They looked at each other. What? I'm also one of them. Am I not qualified to know? Or does Patriarch Xiao think that I can't get any position with any status? Lin Xian said with a smile. Xiao Jiangwo laughed. Of course not, this evil god Fire Palace is right below the Xiao family. Is it a cave? Lin Xian asked. Ha ha ha, of course not, it's a secret realm. Lin Xian suddenly realized. No matter how big the hole was, it would never see the light of day. It was a bit exaggerated for the evil god Fire Palace to live in a place where they couldn't see the light of day. F***ck. Lung Wuxin actually didn't tell him. However, she didn't say it because she felt that there was no need to say it, because it wasn't important at all. Cultivating in the secret realm? Not bad, Lin Xian said with a smile. Of course. Moreover, there is a teleportation array in the secret realm that leads directly to the demonic beast domain. Actually, our evil fiend temple doesn't mainly kill people to increase our cultivation. We mainly kill demonic beasts to increase our cultivation. They often go out to increase their cultivation. Xiao Jiangwo said. Lin Xian muttered to himself. Inside, there was a passage that led directly to the demonic beast domain. In other words, this was also their escape route. If he encountered any danger, he could directly enter the demonic beast domain through the teleportation array. This was something that Lin Xian had to resolve. The secret realm was a good thing, because everyone could fight in the secret realm. They didn't have to worry about the explosion of power that would harm the lives of the people around them. However, the premise was that Lin Xian had to cut off their path of retreat. This should be easy because Lin Xian had the law of destruction. When the time came, they would work together from the inside and outside. The evil fiend temple definitely couldn't be dealt with in a short period of time, but the evil god fire temple had to be dealt with. However, to Lin Xian, he had to play a bigger game of chess, and that was to find the evil fiend temple, not just deal with the evil god fire temple. And Lin Xian had the capital to do so, as long as he was doing well. Therefore, at least during this period of time, he would listen to the evil god fire temple and win their trust. Then, he would find the location of the evil fiend temple. That's good. Where are we going to the demonic beast domain? Lin Xian asked. Ha ha ha, young Master Lin can go and ask. What I say here is not as clear as what the people of the evil god fire temple can say. Xiao Jiangwo laughed. All right, then I'll go. Young Master Xiao, let's drink together when you're free. Lin Xian laughed. Xiao Yun smiled and nodded. Of course. Drink when you're free. Men, please bring young Master Lin to the Evil God Fire Temple. Young Master Lin, please follow me. Xiao Zhan said to Lin Xian. Following that, Lin Xian followed him and walked away. Father. Xiao Yun looked at Xiao Jiangwo. Xiao Jiangwo laughed and said, when the time comes, wait for the good news. That Lin Xian will at most stay in the Evil God Fire Temple for an hour or two. At that time, he will probably die outside. There is absolutely no one in the entire Sky Capital who can cure this poison. Even if there is someone in this continent who can cure it, it will be too late. Xiao Yun sneered in his heart. This time, could this Lin Xian still be fine? Could he still not die? Why didn't he die this time? His performance just now was that he didn't realize that he was poisoned at all. It was also because this poison was more powerful. On the other side, Lin Xian was brought by Xiao Zhan to a seemingly ordinary back garden of the Xiao family. Then, he walked in front of a rockery and pressed on a stone. The entire rockery, including the pool below, moved backwards and revealed a passage that led downwards. Young Master Lin, go down and you will reach the Evil God Fire Temple. Someone will receive you below. Xiao Zhan said to Lin Xian. Got it, thank you. Lin Xian then walked over. He remembered all of this in his heart. As for obtaining evidence, there was no need. At least, there was no need for it now, nor did he dare to. No matter what method he used, they would be able to detect it. After all, this was the Evil God Fire Temple. However, in their eyes, Lin Xian had eaten the poison pill, so there was nothing to worry about. This passage was about 20 meters underground, and then there was a straight underground passage. Soon, Lin Xian arrived at a space. In this space, there were about 20 people sitting there eating. They seemed to be a small team. When they saw an unfamiliar person walk in, they put down the food in their hands and looked at Lin Xian. You are? Lin Xian, I am here to find your hall master. Lin Xian said indifferently. Lin Xian? You are looking for the hall master? Who are you? One of them frowned and looked at Lin Xian. Shut up. At this time, an old man sitting in the corner opened his eyes and looked at Lin Xian. Then he bowed slightly. Young Master Lin, this old man is the Evil God Fire Temple's fifth elder. Lin Xian cupped his fists. Greetings, fifth elder. Young Master Lin, please follow me. Then, he waved his hand and opened a teleportation door in front of him. Following that, the two of them stepped in. Who is this Lin Xian? Why is the fifth elder personally receiving him? The fifth elder has been here for half a day, right? Just to receive him? Those people discussed animatedly. That Lin Xian from the Yeshien group. Someone said. It's him. First place in the Sky Martial Assembly. Hiss. Hearing this, they took a deep breath. That is to say, he has joined the Evil God Fire Temple. The Evil God Fire Temple will definitely nurture him. Don't talk nonsense. His Yeshien group is extremely useful to the Evil God Fire Temple. At the same time, there is also a very strong Azura Palace. With this Lin Xian's potential, I'm afraid it won't be long before he becomes a member of the main hall. Chapter 1444. Lin Xian arrived at the Evil God Fire Palace. Needless to say, this secret realm was really not bad. In the entire secret realm, there were mountains, rivers, lawns, and birds singing and flowers fragrant. As far as the eye could see, there were many people sitting in certain corners and cultivating on certain mountains. This secret realm wasn't big, it was about the size of a small county, but the spiritual energy of heaven and earth here was still relatively dense. Although warriors could level up by killing monsters, they could also absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth and meditate to increase their experience points. Otherwise, many years ago, when there was no God's Child system, how could they cultivate? The entire space was relatively beautiful. There were more mountains, but they weren't too tall. One could see that there was basically a person sitting there cultivating on top of every mountain. Then, there was the most eye-catching existence that was similar to an ancient castle. About 20 to 30 meters tall, that was about 10 floors, but each floor should be very big. The fifth elder said to Lin Xian, "This is our secret realm, and at the same time, it is the headquarters of the evil god Fire Palace. There are many spiritual items of heaven and earth in the secret realm, so the spiritual energy here is relatively dense." "Not bad," Lin Xian said indifferently. Indeed, young Master Lin's Azura Palace is probably not bad either. More or less. The Azura Palace was relatively small, and the 9-colored Holy Lotus had already given birth to its own intelligence. That was why the Azura Palace's spiritual energy was so dense. Although the spiritual energy here might not be as strong as the 9-colored Holy Lotus, there should still be an existence similar to the 9-colored Holy Lotus. Thinking about it, the evil god Fire Palace was very strong, so it was reasonable for them to have such a thing. Normally, you can just find a place with no one around to cultivate, as long as you don't disturb others. There is a special martial arts arena there, and there are many rules in the evil god Fire Palace. However, young Master Lin probably won't stay here for long, so these rules aren't important. Over there. The fifth elder pointed to the castle in the distance and said, "This is the real evil god Fire Palace. Only a few special people and elders can enter the castle, and my evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master is inside." "So are you going to bring me to see the Hall Master now?" Lin Xian asked. Ha. Of course, with young Master Lin's talent and status, not to mention the evil god Fire Hall, he might even have quite a bit of status in the evil god Hall's main hall. Naturally, the Hall Master should be the one to receive him. The fifth elder smiled and said, "Come with me." Then they walked into the castle. The first floor was a very large hall, but there was no one in sight. "Hall Master, Lin Xian is here," the fifth elder said as he clasped his fist in the air. "Yes, let him come up." A voice came from an unknown place. "Yes." Then the fifth elder looked at Lin Xian and said, "Young Master Lin, go straight up. The Hall Master is at the top." "All right." Lin Xian nodded and walked up. On the top floor, there were 2 beautiful girls wearing revealing clothes standing there, smiling at Lin Xian. "Young Master Lin, please come in." They guided Lin Xian before pushing open a huge door. Lin Xian walked in. The entire space was very large and magnificent. A table was filled with food, and beside it stood a few beautiful women. On the other side sat a middle-aged man, and then there were 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman. The 2 men were old men, and the woman looked relatively young and somewhat seductive. She glanced at Lin Xian and licked her scarlet lips. Lin Xian gave them a cursory glance. He could not see their realms clearly. Lin Xian was now at the 3rd level of the Great Void Realm, which meant that they were at least at the 9th level of the Great Void Realm. They might even be at the Heavenly Tao Realm. Yes, the possibility of them being at the Heavenly Tao Realm was rather high. Lang Wuxin told herself that the evil god Fire Hall's Hall Master was at the Heavenly Tao. As for the others, she wasn't sure. There weren't any in the past, but it had been 2 years. Therefore, Lin Xian felt that the evil god Fire Hall might not be just that. Ha, I've been waiting for you for a long time. The evil god Fire Hall's Hall Master smiled as he looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said with a smile, "I made a trip to the Wind Nation for some matters. I heard that you went to the Wind Nation and nearly wiped out the Wind Nation's Chu family. You're really young and promising." The Hall Master said with a smile, "Have a seat." "Thank you. Young Master Lin, come sit with me." The charming woman winked at Lin Xian. Ahem. Lin Xian coughed dryly before sitting beside her. She casually placed her leg on Lin Xian's lap. Lin Xian. Ha, young Master Lin, don't mind her. Mei Nyang is just like that. She can't move when she sees a handsome man. Lin Xian pushed her leg down with a smile and nodded, "I'm flattered. Let me introduce myself. I'm the evil god Fire Hall's Hall Master. You can call me Hall Master from now on." Lin Xian nodded. "This one." The Hall Master pointed to the old man beside him and said, "He's our great elder." Lin Xian nodded, "Greetings, Great Elder. The old man nodded. Young Master Lin, you don't have to be so polite. This is the second elder. The Hall Master pointed to another person. Greetings, second elder. N. The second elder nodded. Mei Nyang, this is the third elder. Lin Xian glanced at the woman beside him. She was a bit powerful. These two were old men, and this woman was at most in her early 30s. Moreover, she was actually the third elder. Greetings, third elder. Lin Xian nodded and said, Hey, just call me Mei Nyang. She took off her high heels and rubbed her leg against Lin Xian's leg. Lin Xian. Then, a beautiful girl walked over and poured a glass of red wine for Lin Xian. This red wine is good. It's something that the great elder has kept for decades. Today's reception of young Master Lin can be considered to have made the great elder bleed. The evil god Fire Hall's Hall Master said with a smile. The great elder nodded and said, Good wine is used to entertain capable people. I don't think it's a big deal to entertain little brother Lin. Then, thank you, great elder. Lin Xian took a sip and nodded. It's indeed a good wine. Let's eat. Then they ate the food. Lin Xian, what do you think of my evil god Fire Hall? The Hall Master cut the steak and asked. Not bad. It's better than I imagined. I originally thought that this evil god Fire Hall was hidden under the Xiao family's ground. Lin Xian laughed. Ha ha, after all, it's the evil god Fire Hall. How could it not see the light of day? This sovereign knows that you have resentment in your heart for joining the evil god Fire Hall. After all, in everyone's eyes, the evil god Fire Hall is an evil sect, and in fact, it is indeed so. But it's just a difference in philosophy. I believe you can understand. Lin Xian nodded his head. Of course I understand. Anyway, I don't think it matters. I won't kill people for fun. Evil god Fire Hall won't force me to kill people. Give me freedom, and I can even get resources. To me, strength is everything. Nothing else is important. Chapter 1445. Lin Xian's words were rather pertinent, and in their eyes, Lin Xian had been poisoned by the poison pill, so they believed him. The main thing was that he was not hypocritical at all, and felt very sincere. Because this was the truth, but the most important prerequisite for this truth was that Lin Xian did not sincerely want to join the evil god Fire Palace. Although you are a member of the evil god Fire Palace, you have the freedom of an elder. The evil god Fire Palace won't interfere with what you do outside. You just have an additional identity. You should grasp your own freedom. Our evil god Fire Palace will also give you the resources you deserve. Moreover, the evil god Fire Palace will train you to enter the evil god Main Palace for the purpose of feeding you. Lin Xian rubbed the tip of his nose. Why should I go to the evil god Main Hall? I'll just stay in the evil god Fire Palace. I don't need any power or status, so troublesome. Ha ha ha. The evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master laughed out loud. Lin Xian, oh Lin Xian, it's really hard to find a second person with your mentality in this world. Others do everything for power and status, but you don't want it. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders, and said, That's what I think. To me, this is nothing, isn't it? Even if it's the evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master, to me, is this position very high? Ha ha ha. The evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master laughed and said, What you said is not without reason. To you, in the outside world, your position is indeed not too low, but if the evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master looked at Lin Xian and said, What if one day, the evil god Fire Palace becomes the overlord of this continent, and the three great forces all bow their heads and submit to them? Lin Xian shook his head. Although I am also a member of the evil god Fire Palace, I only want to say that this is impossible. Ha ha ha, is it impossible? Then do you think that my evil god palace exists on this continent just to survive in the shadows among the three great forces? Just for this? Lin Xian glanced at him. Could it be that the evil fiend temple has some powerful plan? The hall master of the evil god Fire Hall smiled and said, You should know once you enter the main hall. To be honest, you've already been noticed by the people in the main hall. It might even be the hall master of the main hall. He might try his best to nurture you. Everyone had seen Lin Xian's heaven-defying prowess. In fact, many people were well aware of his ranking among all the young geniuses on this continent. Even if he wasn't at the top of the list, he was close. In some people's eyes, the first place of the Sky Martial competition didn't mean anything, and that was indeed the case. However, Lin Xian's strength wasn't limited to the first place of the Sky Martial competition. How much potential did he have? What were his attributes? How many realms could he cross? These weren't big secrets to those who had deliberately investigated him. Unless Lin Xian hadn't revealed them to the world. For example, the space attribute, the time attribute, the creation law, and the destruction law were all in one body. Just this reason alone was enough for any force to use all their resources to nurture him. Under normal circumstances, Lin Xian could directly go to the main hall and become a core member of the main hall. However, they would first leave Lin Xian in the Evil God Fire Hall to train and at the same time check his loyalty before making a decision. Lin Xian nodded. All right then. Do you have any other requests for the Evil God Fire Hall? The Hall Master asked. Yes. Previously, you didn't restrict my freedom, didn't force me to do some missions that I didn't want to do, didn't kill people, and so on. I still have one last request. Speak. I hope that the Evil Fiend Temple will not disturb the people around me, including Ling Ying, Murong Yu, and the others who have already become members of the Evil God Fire Hall. Even if they are now members, I hope that the Evil Fiend Temple will not have any contact with them. Lin Xian. That's not a problem. The Hall Master of the Evil God Fire Hall nodded without hesitation. Although there were people like Murong Yu, Ling Ying, and Han Chuxue, and the others, who represented great forces behind them, if they could obtain them, it would be of great help to the Evil Fiend Temple, but the time was not ripe. Whether it was the Ling family or the Han family, they were not under their control, so they could not give the Evil Fiend Temple any benefits now. For example, Murong Yu, although her father was the master of the temple and seemed to feel that it was very powerful to turn the master's daughter into a member of the Evil Fiend Temple, what could he do? At most, he could let her steal some things from the temple. However, even if she was Murong Feng's daughter, it was impossible for her to know the secrets of the temple. Therefore, even Murong Yu could not help the Evil God Fire Hall much right now. Thus, they might as well agree to Lin Xian's request. In any case, they could not help the Evil God Fire Hall right now, but they would be able to help one day. Good. If I hear any of them tell me that the Evil Fiend Temple has asked them to do anything, then the Evil Fiend Temple will deceive me. Even if I die, I will never compromise on anything for the Evil Fiend Temple. Lin Xian said. Ha ha ha. No problem. The Evil God Fire Hall Master laughed. Then, it's time for my Evil God Fire Hall to raise the conditions, right? The Evil God Fire Hall Master said. Lin Xian nodded. Speak. The Yaxin group has the most abundant capital in the entire continent. Even if it's not the case now, it will be in the near future. No matter what force it is, it cannot escape the need for abundant capital. Therefore, the Evil Fiend Temple needs the capital injection of the Yaxin group. Lin Xian pondered for a moment. How much? It's not a question of how much, but when we need to do something and lack money, we need the Yaxin group to pay. Lin Xian nodded his head. Paying is a small problem, but there might not be a way in the near future. After all, you should know that the Yaxin group has taken out almost all of their money to buy over Lin and City, so they don't have a lot of money for the time being. I've heard about this, so there's no rush. So now, there's the second thing. Since Lin and City has become your territory, then I just happen to need to make Lin and City the second headquarters of the Evil God Fire Hall. With you here, this shouldn't be difficult, right? It shouldn't be difficult to protect them. Lin Xian nodded. It's not difficult. To Lin Xian, this was a good thing. He could also grasp the whereabouts of the Evil God Fire Hall in Lin and City, so why not? Alright, the third thing is, can your Azura Palace be used by the Evil God Fire Hall? He asked. Lin Xian frowned. Chapter 1446. Lin Xian pondered for a moment, then said, The Azura Palace is mine, and I am a member of the Evil God Fire Palace. Of course, there's no problem, but there's a prerequisite. Speak. I have many friends in the Azura Palace. If I do anything, I need to know first, and I have the right and qualifications to decide whether or not to do it, including the Ixien group. I will help, but there are some things that I will weigh, and how much I will help. Although I am a member of the Evil God Fire Palace, at the same time, those are my lifeline. The Evil God Fire Palace Master nodded. Of course. Including, I don't want anyone from the Evil God Fire Palace to enter the Ixien group, enter the Azura Palace to take charge of anything, and operate anything. No matter what the Ixien group is like now, it's up to whoever manages it. The Evil God Fire Palace Master hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Originally, this was his next condition. Although the Ixien group belonged to Lin Xian, he still hoped that there would be his own people in charge of the Ixien group. However, since Lin Xian had said so, he could only do so. What about the shares? You should at least give me some shares, right? I want it too. Mei Nyong's feet rubbed against Lin Xian. Lin Xian said, "There's no problem with the shares. I will give you a portion of my shares, but it will not exceed 20%. 20%? Isn't it a bit too little? Any more and you'll have real power." Lin Xian said. Ha ha ha, then there's still no trust between us. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, "What do you think, Palace Master?" Ha ha ha, straightforward. Alright, 20% is 20%. 20% of the Ixien Group shares is not a small amount. The Evil God Fire Palace Master nodded. Men, bring the contract. Then, he looked at Lin Xian. You should have the company seal with you, right? Lin Xian nodded. Alright. Don't worry, I'll leave a portion of the shares in my hands. I won't interfere in anything, and I won't sell these shares that will be more valuable in the future. Lin Xian nodded. Lin Xian didn't care. In any case, Murong Feng had already said that no matter what, he would first rely on the Evil God Fire Hall if he could accept it. Finding the Evil God Fire Hall's main hall was the most important thing. The temple would reimburse him for any losses. After signing the contract, the rest was up to them. It wasn't difficult at all. Is there anything else? Lin Xian asked. That's all for now. Happy cooperation. Lin Xian nodded. It's a pleasure working with you. From today onwards, you are the sixth elder of the Evil God Fire Palace. Me? That's right. The sixth elder has fallen, and it just so happens that it's empty. Then, you'll be the one to sit in this position. You'll enjoy top-notch privileges and freedom. With your strength, you're qualified to sit in this position. Lin Xian nodded. Sure. Here. Then, he threw a token to Lin Xian. This is the symbol of your identity. From today onwards, you need to keep your identity a secret from everyone. This shouldn't be too difficult, right? Of course, if you don't keep it a secret, the poison in your body will detonate. You must keep it a secret as well. The Evil God Fire Palace Master laughed. Then when can the poison in my body be removed? Lin Xian asked. Wait until you've obtained complete trust. This order needs to be given by the main hall master or the elders. This sovereign also doesn't have the qualifications to remove your poison. Lin Xian nodded. Understood. Then, there's nothing else I need to do next, right? No, you just need to focus on raising your cultivation. Lin Xian stood up. Don't touch Lin and City for the time being, because I'm about to go to the God's Awakening Door. I'll be able to make it in time after I return from the God's Awakening Door, right? Anything is fine. Your cultivation is the most important thing. The Evil God Fire Palace Master said. Lin Xian nodded. Then, do you have any other questions about the Evil God Fire Palace? Lin Xian pondered for a moment, then shook his head. No. Just as Lin Xian finished speaking, Lin Xian spat out a mouthful of black blood. Then, he clutched his chest and staggered backward. Zeng. At this moment, the three of them stood up. What's going on? They suddenly frowned. He's poisoned. Mei Nyong glanced at him and said, "What?" The evil god Fire Palace master frowned. Lin Xian then sat down cross-legged, as if resisting the poison. That's right. This was the poison that Xiao Yun and the others had put in the tea. Lin Xian had deliberately not removed the poison. Damn it! You poisoned me, do you think I'll let you live? Dream on. Quickly get the antidote. The evil god Fire Palace master shouted. Yes. Then, Mei Nyong hurriedly ran out. Nothing must happen to Lin Xian. After the antidote entered his stomach, Lin Xian's condition immediately improved. When Xiao Jiangwo and the others took action, they must have thought that the evil god Fire Palace would definitely detoxify Lin Xian. Then, the poison they used was definitely not something the evil god Fire Palace could detoxify. However, at this time, the poison seemed to have been detoxified, but it was actually removed by Lin Xian himself. Lin Xian wiped the black blood from the corner of his mouth and stood up. How is it? The evil god Fire Palace master asked. He. Lin Xian chuckled and said, Hall Master, this is a good show of strength. You must have poisoned the food, right? How is that possible? I came to negotiate with you with infinite sincerity. How could I poison you? And even if I could poison you, why would I detoxify you? The evil god Fire Palace master said. Not you. Then it must be outside. Let's cancel our cooperation. What do you mean? The palace master frowned. Lin Xian said with a mocking smile, The evil god Fire Palace can't even guarantee my safety. There are even people in the evil god Fire Palace who want to kill me and poison me. How do you expect me to cooperate with you with peace of mind? You mean to say that you were poisoned here? Lin Xian nodded. Since I came here, I haven't eaten anything. Other than this meal, I only drank a cup of Xiao family's tea outside. So, since it wasn't you who poisoned me, I have reason to believe that I was poisoned when I was in the Xiao family. Tell me, how can I cooperate like this? How would I dare to cooperate? Don't worry. The evil god Fire Palace Master said, Leave the Xiao family's matters to me. I definitely won't let them live. Give me some time and I'll give you an explanation. The evil god Fire Palace Master said. To them, the Xiao family was no longer of any value. Furthermore, they had almost ruined their plan and almost killed Lin Xian. If Lin Xian hadn't been poisoned here, he would have been doomed if he went out. Therefore, he was very angry at this moment. All right. Then I'll wait for your good news, Palace Master. I'll take my leave first. Lin Xian smiled in his heart and turned to leave. Chapter 1447. Lin Xian walked out of the evil god Fire Palace's secret realm and arrived at the Xiao family. When the Xiao family saw Lin Xian, they were not surprised at all. It would be best if he didn't get poisoned in the evil god Fire Palace. As long as he got poisoned outside, no matter how he died, they wouldn't be able to link it to them, right? Even if they did, what evidence would they have? And how could Lin Xian let them have an easy time? How could Lin Xian not know that benefits were the most important to the evil god Fire Palace? Now that he had joined the evil god Fire Palace, the benefits that the Xiao family brought to them were no longer important. The benefits that the Xiao family gave to the evil god Fire Palace were the Xiao family's huge businesses, and no matter how big they were, could they be bigger than the Yixian group? However, having a Xiao family was better than not having one. But since that was the case, he had to make a choice. It was impossible for him to kill everyone in the Xiao family, but at the very least, Xiao Jiangwo and Xiao Yun, who Lin Xian had mentioned, would definitely die. Lin Xian obviously knew that killing them was too easy for the evil god Fire Palace's Hall Master. However, he told him that if he gave him some time, he would definitely kill them. Why did he need time? That might be because he wanted to use a more silent method to kill them, and at the same time, not attract the attention of the Xiao family. Then, the other members of the Xiao family would take over, and he would still be able to control the Xiao family's business. Young Master Lin, are you done chatting? Xiao Yun saw Lin Xian walk out and asked with a smile. He felt so comfortable in his heart. There was nothing more comfortable than Lin Xian dying. I'm done. How was it? Xiao Yun asked with a smile. It's all right, I was only given the position of sixth elder. Nothing else. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, Xiao Yun. Xiao Jiangwo. As expected. Sixth elder. This sixth elder had almost all the power in the evil god Fire Palace. Just like his Xiao family, who had worked hard for so many years and brought so many benefits to the evil god Fire Palace, Xiao Jiangwo had only become the 18th elder. What was the status of the 18th elder? To give the simplest example, the 6th elder had the qualifications to order some members of the evil god Fire Palace to do something, and the 18th elder might be the one who was ordered. Xiao Jiangwo let out a long sigh of relief. As expected. This evil god Fire Palace was indeed going to put Lin Xian in an important position. It could be seen from the power and status they gave him. Fortunately, they had poisoned him. Once Lin Xian died, the Xiao family would be fine. If Lin Xian didn't die, the Xiao family status would definitely be suppressed. Hey, sixth elder is already very good. Xiao Jiangwo smiled and said, I think so. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first. I still have some things to do, Lin Xian said. See you later, Xiao Yun said. All right. Lin Xian nodded and walked out. Humph. Xiao Yun snorted coldly. The next time they met would be when they saw his corpse. Father, it's fortunate that we poisoned him. Otherwise, with his immense power, our Xiao clan would be in grave danger. Xiao Yun said, I don't think he has more than 2 hours to live. As long as he leaves the Xiao clan and gets poisoned again, he can't blame it on our Xiao clan. Xiao Jiangwo sneered. Go, send someone to keep an eye on him. Xiao Jiangwo rode. Yes. On the other side, Lin Xian was happily walking on the bustling streets of Chengdu. He had only been to Chengdu 3 times. The first time was when he visited the Ling family and the Han family during the New Year. The second time was when he went to the Divine Domain and passed by this place on his way to the Sanctum. Lin Xian didn't have much interest in big cities. Damn it, he couldn't even find a remote place to pee at night when he had to hold his pee. It was really annoying. Lin Xian then took out his phone and sent a message in the group. He at Di Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and Murong Yu. Little Ying Ying, Little Chuxue, Little Yu Yu, I'm in Chengdu. Come out and play. When the other girls saw this message, they were all very unhappy. They at Di Lin Xian and sent him emojis. For a moment, the group was in an uproar. What are you playing? Ling Ying then asked in the group. I'm not going. Family gathering. Murong Yu sent a message. Han Chuxue also replied, family gathering. Lin Xian? Damn. What day is it? Why are you all having family gatherings? Little Ying Ying, why aren't you having a family gathering? Lin Xian asked. Today is the Qingming festival. I'm going to pay my respects. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Ling Ying said, I've already paid my respects. I'm almost done with my lunch. If it's not enough, I have to chat with Grandpa and Grandma for a while. That's why I have time at night. Lin Xian sat on the street. So boring. Then, Lin Xian raised his eyebrows slightly. Little Yu Yu, can I go to your house? Murong Yu frowned slightly. She really didn't want Lin Xian to come to her house right now. Why? Her mother seemed to have discovered something a while ago and kept talking about the problem between her and Lin Xian. She kept trying to get information out of her. In the end, she had no choice but to tell her about the relationship between her mother and Lin Xian. Now, her parents were looking at Lin Xian as if he was their son-in-law. But she had a headache. Don't come. What are you doing here? Murong Yu refused. Lin Xian scratched his head. Damn. Little Yu Yu actually refused him? Something was wrong. Little Yu Yu, is there a man visiting your house? Tell me. Murong Yu, yes. Murong Yu replied. Damn. Wait for me. I'll go over right now. Morongyu. She sighed helplessly and glanced upstairs. There was indeed a man visiting downstairs. Then do as you wish. Morongyu shook her head helplessly. I don't know if it's true or not. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. It didn't matter if it was true or not. Lin Xian also wanted to tell Murong Feng about the situation in the evil god Fire Palace. Then why don't you come over tonight? Ling Ying asked. I'm not coming. I'll see tomorrow. I'll stay on little Yuyu's bed tonight. Morongyu, you're dreaming. I don't care. Tonight, your bed belongs to me. Morongyu. She then helplessly sent a "I'll strangle you to death" emoji and walked downstairs. In the living room downstairs, Morongyu and Murong Feng's mother, Lin Yu, were sitting on the sofa. On the other side, there were two men. One of them looked to be around 26 or 27 years old. He was very handsome. Moreover, he also displayed a kind of superior quality. Beside him was a middle-aged man who also didn't look simple. Ha ha ha, we haven't seen each other for several years. Yi Haitao smiled as he looked at Murong Feng. Murong Feng nodded. That's right. Brother Yi, we haven't seen each other for several years. What have you been doing these past few years? Yi Haitao smiled and said, developing human forces in the demon beast domain. Chapter 1448. This Yi Haitao was a bit powerful. He was Murong Feng's cousin. He was a distant cousin. However, anyone who could establish a relationship with Murong Feng would definitely not be simple. On the continent, the three major forces were the pinnacle. The three major forces controlled the continent and ensured the safety of the people. Simply put, the three major forces were the national departments. Although the five major empires were five empires, they were actually one family. However, other than the three major forces and some individual forces, there were certainly other national forces that were similar to the three major forces. However, they were not as strong or as large as the three major forces. Yi Haitao's force was called the Anti-Demon Alliance. It was not under the jurisdiction of the three major forces and was an independent organization. It might be under the jurisdiction of the ultimate ruler behind the three major forces, such as the Radiant Association. The Anti-Demon Alliance could be understood as the most dangerous organization in the entire human race. This was because the responsibility of the members of their organization was to infiltrate the demon race. Simply put, their members might be in the demon beast domain every day. They might even steal information from demon beast organizations. They were dancing on the tip of a knife every day. It was indeed worthy of admiration. Oh, the human race is planning to establish a force in the demon race? How do they do it? Murong Feng asked curiously. If the demon race can rope in the human race, can't the human race rope in the demon race as well? Currently, the main mission of the Anti-Demon Alliance is to rope in some demon clans in various places in the demon beast domain and use them to form our organization. Murong Feng slightly muttered, Is it that easy to achieve? It's not easy. However, it's slowly becoming a reality. Even if the probability is small, the reward is small, it's still useful. Yi Haitao said. Actually, I feel that sometimes, there's no need to do things with small rewards. Yi Haitao laughed and said, Ha ha ha, we need to eat. After all, there are so many people in the Anti-Demon League that need to be fed. Fortunately, everyone is in the demonic beast domain every day. Although it is more dangerous, the improvement it brings is also great. Fifen has also joined the Anti-Demon Alliance? Murong Feng smiled and looked at the 26 or 27-year-old Yi Fifen. Yes, I feel that this is something I want to do. Good. As expected of an expert from the God's Awakening Door. Fifen, you should be about to break through to the Heavenly Tao, right? Yi Fifen nodded. But the Heavenly Tao realm is too difficult. I don't know when I'll be able to break through. Ha ha ha, it's only a matter of time. You can advance to the way of heaven. The human clan will soon have another way of heaven. Congratulations. If you advance to the way of heaven, You will become one of the youngest people in the history of the human clan to advance to the way of heaven. Morong Fong nodded with satisfaction. Those are all false reputations. The most important thing is to improve myself. Fifan said. Ha ha ha, you're right. Wife, go make some food. Lin Yu nodded. Have some tea, I'll go cook. Brother Morong, Yi, Morong Fong Hai Tao looked at Morong Fong, then took a sip of tea and said. Brother Yi, please speak. Morong Fong nodded. My son. Yi Hai Tao patted Yi Fifan's shoulder and said, You also know that my son has liked Xiao Yu since he was young. After so many years, he still hasn't forgotten Xiao Yu. In order to be worthy of her, Fifan has been cultivating with all his might. He's preparing to break through to the heavenly Tao realm at such a young age. Morong Fong nodded. That's right. No wonder this kid can break through to the heavenly Tao realm at such a young age. Fifan has liked Xiao Yu since he was young. After so many years, he's not young anymore. He's already 27 years old. Xiao Yu, that girl, should be 22 or 23 years old, right? Morong Fong nodded. So, I don't know what Brother Morong means. Today, I've brought Fifan here to propose marriage. I also hope to give Fifan and Xiao Yu a better family. Yi Hai Tao said. Uncle Morong, I really like Morong Yu. Yi Fifan looked at Morong Fong and said. Ha ha ha. Morong Fong smiled and said, It's an open society now. It's not like the ancient times where parents' words were spoken. Children's matters should be decided by children. As a father, I don't care. I only care about one thing, and that is Xiao Yu's future husband. Whether he's a good person or not, I won't meddle in other matters. However, this girl Xiao Yu should be very obedient to you, Brother Morong. Morong Fong nodded. Yes, this girl is indeed very obedient. However, this kind of matter depends on the children's own choice. I won't meddle. Fifan is also very outstanding. If my daughter likes him, I'll be very happy. Then I'll work hard. Yi Fifan said. Ha ha, good. At this time, Morong Yu came down from upstairs. Xiao Yu. Yi Fifan looked at the extremely beautiful Morong Yu. He was so excited that he couldn't express it with words. Too beautiful. If his wife was her in the future, he would have enough in this life. Uncle Yi, cousin. Morong Yu shouted and then sat beside Morong Fong. Ha ha ha, Xiao Yu is becoming more and more beautiful. Yi Hai Tao said with a smile. Many thanks for Uncle Ye's praise. What realm is Xiao Yu in? She just reached Tai Su. Morong Yu said. Not bad. It's very good. You're stronger than my Fifan. When you come out of the God's Awakening door, I'm afraid you'll be in Tian Dao. Yi Hai Tao said with a compliment. Morong Yu said, That won't happen. It's already very good to be able to improve a little. Unfortunately, although I came out of the God's Awakening door, I already forgot what happened inside. Otherwise, I could give you some reminders. Yi Fifan said. It's all right. It's all the same. On the contrary, the unknown is a kind of experience. Morong Yu said indifferently. Ha ha ha, Xiao Yu's realm is still very high. At this time, Morong Yu's phone rang. Dad, I'm going to pick someone up. Morong Yu said. Okay. Soon after, Morong Yu walked out. Brother Morong, do you have a guest today? Yi Hai Tao asked. Morong Fong said with a smile, Xiao Yu just told me that a friend is coming over as a guest. Xiao Yu's friend? Morong Fong nodded with a smile. Then he must be a very rare genius. Outside, Lin Xian waved at Morong Yu. Morong Yu walked out and opened the manor's door. You really came. Of course I came. I said that I want to sleep on your bed, so I will definitely sleep on it. Lin Xian grinned. Chapter 1449. Morong Yu felt helpless. Actually, under normal circumstances, she wouldn't have thought much of it. But now that her parents knew about her relationship with Lin Xian, Morong felt very awkward. She didn't know what kind of feeling this was. She felt that Lin Xian was a taboo that couldn't be mentioned or seen. Hey, what's with that look? Lin Xian looked at Morong, then reached out and pulled her slender waist into his embrace. Morong broke free. Wow. You despise me. Morong, no. Then you won't let me hug you. I'm not your girlfriend. Why should I let you hug me? She asked. You are. No. Yes. No. Morong then walked in. Hey, wait for me. Lin Xian followed with a grin. Wow, your house is so big. Lin Xian glanced at it and was stunned. It was really big. Previously, Lin Xian had only been to the temple. This was the first time Lin Xian came to Morong house. Morong couldn't be bothered to answer Lin Xian's question. Damn. Don't you know that you're rich? How dare you praise someone else's house for being big? Then, Lin Xian's next sentence made her stumble. The bed is probably big too. Morong, there's a guest here. I'll take you to the other house first. If you're looking for father later, I'll get him to look for you. Morong stopped in her tracks and turned to look at Lin Xian. What guest? I can't go. It's nothing. An old friend of my father's. Old friend? Then why can't I go? They can talk among themselves. I'll go to your room and chat with you, Lin Xian said with a smile. Then I'll go to another room with you, Morong said. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Something's wrong. Lin Xian said. You're hiding something from me. Morong. Well, she was indeed hiding something from Lin Xian. Wasn't it Yi Fifan? It wasn't that she didn't want Lin Xian to know, but she was worried that there would be some conflict. She couldn't agree to be another person's girlfriend behind Lin Xian's back. She just said that she felt that if Lin Xian knew, Lin Xian would be unhappy. Nothing. Morong said. You stole a man. Lin Xian said. Morong was confused. Scram. She said coldly. Then what are you afraid of? Lin Xian then walked towards the largest villa. Hey. Morong quickly chased after him. Click. Lin Xian opened the door and walked in. Let me tell you, I'm very polite. Lin Xian said to the worried Morong behind him. Then, the few people inside all looked at Lin Xian. Morong truly believed that something might have happened between Lin Xian and Yi Fifan. After all, Lin Xian was simply too good at causing trouble. Even if he didn't cause trouble, he was still a hothead. Moreover, he was especially impulsive. Therefore, she didn't want Lin Xian to know about it. In fact, it was a small matter. Lin Xian glanced at them. This is... When Yi Hai Tao saw Lin Xian, he frowned and showed some interest. They knew Morong quite well. Originally, when Morong said that she was going to pick up a friend, they all thought that it was a girl. After all, they had never heard of Morong having a male friend. However, when Lin Xian appeared, they were very surprised. This Morong was actually picking up a male friend? Morong actually had a male friend? Yi Fifan frowned. Something was wrong. Haha, Lin Xian, why didn't you tell me that you were coming? And Xiaoyu, why didn't you tell me? Morong Fong stood up with a smile. He suddenly said that he was coming. Morong said indifferently and then sat on a separate sofa. Sit. Morong Fong said with a smile. Thank you, Uncle Morong. Lin Xian smiled and then sat beside Morong. Morong moved her butt to the side. Yi Fifan frowned suddenly. Little Xian, come, have some tea. Morong's mother, Lin Yu, walked out with a smile. Hello, Auntie. Lin Xian stood up and greeted her obediently. This was the first time Lin Yu saw Lin Xian. However, Morong had shown her a picture before. He wasn't very handsome, but he was quite good-looking. She could see that her daughter was also thinking about him. She had also done her research on this person's character. There was no problem with his character, potential, and background. He was just a bit lecherous. However, Her position was also very high. Her husband, Morong Fong, was very single-minded. However, she had also seen many passionate people. It was very normal for them to have 4 or 5 or even more than 10 wives. Because she had come into contact with them many times, she was able to accept it. As long as her daughter was able to accept it, as parents, they wouldn't say anything. The main thing was that this person was good. Because the more outstanding girls liked him, the more outstanding he was. It was impossible for every girl's eyes to be wrong, right? Okay, sit, have some tea. Lin Yu smiled and poured a cup of tea for Lin Xian. Thank you, Auntie. Lin Xian said sweetly. I'm going to cook. You guys can chat. Today, I'll let you try Auntie's cooking. Lin Yu finished speaking and walked into the kitchen. Morong Fong then said to Yi Haitao, This is my daughter's friend, Lin Xian. He was the champion of the Qianwu tournament and also the champion of the martial arts academy. So he was the champion of this year's Qianwu tournament. I've heard of him. Yi Haitao smiled and nodded. My son was also the champion of the Qianwu tournament. You guys can interact with each other. Yi Haitao said with a smile. Oh, that's really amazing. Lin Xian said with a smile. It's nothing. I was just lucky. Yi Fifan said. Morong Fong said with a smile, Your luck isn't enough. Brother Yi, let's go drink and chat. Yi Haitao nodded, okay. Then they walked away, leaving only the 3 of them in the living room. Morong Fong was helpless. If Lin Xian and his daughter were in a relationship, he would have directly rejected him. He would have said that his daughter had a boyfriend and she liked him very much. However, his precious daughter said that they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. At most, they were just friends. Then what could Morong Fong do? He couldn't do anything about his arrogant daughter. Young Master Yi, do you smoke? Lin Xian took out a cigarette and handed it to Yi Fifan. Yi Fifan glanced at it and said, Yes, but Auntie doesn't like the smell of cigarettes. So I won't smoke. Lin Xian nodded and lit a cigarette for himself. Yi Fifan frowned. Did this person have no EQ or what? He even lit a cigarette for himself. Chapter 1450. Lin Xian puffed out a cloud of smoke and then leaned back on the sofa. The way he behaved made it seem as if he was at home. Morong Yu felt helpless. Lin Xian crossed his legs and asked, What are you doing here, young Master Yi? I'm here to play. Yi Fifan smiled and said. Suddenly, he frowned. Damn you. Why are you asking me questions like the owner of this place? What about you, young Master Lin? Yi Fifan asked with a smile. Me too. I see. I was surprised when I heard that Xiao Yu's friend was a boy. You guys should be in the same team in the Qianwu competition, right? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, is young Master Yi going back tonight? Yi Fifan was speechless. That's right, Lin Xian's sudden question had stunned him. Going back tonight? Isn't that nonsense? Wait, is he not going back? Yi Fifan smiled and nodded. I should go back. Why are you asking this? Morong Yu was speechless. She knew it. She knew that Lin Xian would be smug and cause trouble. Oh, I was thinking that if young Master Yi didn't go back, we could play cards tonight. Since young Master Yi is going back, forget it. Lin Xian said with a smile. Morong Yu was speechless. Lin Xian. Yi Fifan's eyes narrowed slightly. What did he mean? Did he mean that he wouldn't go back tonight? Why? Why didn't he go back tonight? Wasn't he just friends with Morong Yu? Play cards. Sure, I haven't played for a long time. I won't go back tonight. Yi Fifan smiled. Forget it. I suddenly remembered that I have something to do with Xiao Yu tonight. Let's play another day. Yi Fifan was speechless. Xiao Yu? He called her Xiao Yu and you called her Xiao Yu? Ha ha ha, if there is anything I can help you with, Yi Fifan said with a smile. No, you can't help. Oh. Tell me what it is. Lin Xian smiled and said, "Little you, did you not tell young Master Yi? I'm in a hurry to make a baby with her." After saying that, Lin Xian smiled and hugged Morong Yu's slender waist. "Yi Fifan?" Morong Yu was confused. F*CKU. Morong Yu knew that this bastard would do this. Oh. Yi Fifan narrowed his eyes. He didn't believe in creating humans, but Lin Xian's hand was wrapped around Morong Yu's waist, and Morong Yu only subconsciously struggled a little before she allowed his hand to touch her. This proved that the relationship between Morong Yu and him was not ordinary, but the struggle made him understand that they were not a couple. But why? Morong Yu actually let him hug her? Morong Yu actually wanted to remove Lin Xian's hand. She was not used to it, but she knew that if she removed Lin Xian's hand, Lin Xian would lose face. She sighed helplessly in her heart. He. Yi Fifan smiled and said, "Young Master Lin, it seems that your relationship with Xiao Yu is not ordinary. You should be good friends." "Are young Master Yi and Xiao Yu friends?" Yi Fifan nodded. "Yes. But I'm here to propose to Uncle Morong." He had to lay his cards on the table. What right did this person have to compete with him for Morong Yu? In fact, Lin Xian had already guessed that even if he was not here to propose, he must like Morong Yu. So, why did Lin Xian directly reach out and hug Morong Yu? "I see." Lin Xian withdrew his hand, took a drag of the cigarette, and said, "Young Master Yi, you can go now." Yi Fifan frowned. He, why do you say that?" Yi Fifan smiled and said, "Because Xiao Yu already has a boyfriend." "Young Master Lin, are you talking about yourself?" Lin Xian nodded. Ha, Yi Fifan smiled and said, "But Uncle Morong just said that Xiao Yu has no boyfriend. So I'm here to talk to Uncle Morong about this." Yi Fifan smiled disdainfully. "I'm here to talk about this too. So, let's see what Uncle Morong says." Lin Xian scratched his head. "Why should we see what Uncle Morong says? Shouldn't we see what Xiao Yu says?" Lin Xian said. Yi Fifan glanced at Morong Yu. He knew that even if Morong Yu didn't choose Lin Xian, she wouldn't choose Yi Fifan. Yi Fifan even suspected that this Lin Xian was Morong Yu, who knew that he was here to propose marriage, so she specially asked him to help her put on an act so that he would back off? It was possible. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so coincidental. The most important point was that when Lin Xian hugged Morong Yu was obviously uncomfortable. If they were boyfriend and girlfriend, would she be uncomfortable? However, Lin Xian knew that if they were boyfriend and girlfriend, she would still be uncomfortable, especially when there were other people around. Because this was Morong Yu. She had never thought about what it would be like to have a boyfriend one day, let alone being intimate with her boyfriend when there were other people around. In her opinion, it was simply unacceptable for her to see couples hugging and holding hands on the road. Ha, it's fine. Yi Fifan smiled and nodded. "I'll get some fruits for you." Morong Yu quickly walked away. "What do you think, daughter? Which one do you choose?" In the kitchen, Lin Yu looked at her daughter with a smile. Morong Yu bit her lips. "My head hurts." Morong Yu shook her head and then cut the watermelon. "You're not young anymore. It's time to decide who you want to be with. Although it's easy for you to find a boyfriend, you have to like him. That Lin Xian is not bad. Choose him." Lin Yu said. "Mom, you've had sex with him in the divine realm for half a year. What's wrong? Do you not like him or what? If you don't like him, then forget it. If you like him, then why are you still hesitating?" Lin Yu smiled and rubbed Morong Yu's hair. "Got it," Morong Yu muttered. Outside, Lin Xian and Yi Fifan didn't say anything. The two of them leaned on the sofa and played with their phones. Morong Yu brought the fruits and said, "I'll help you cook." After saying that, she slipped into the kitchen. Soon, a table of delicious food was placed there. "Everyone, it's time to eat. It smells good." Morong Fong took a breath and then nodded with satisfaction. "Honey, I don't usually see you cook so much for me and Xiao Yu," Morong Fong said with a smile. Aren't we guests? Lin Yu said with a smile. Xiao Xian, Fifan, you two quickly take a seat. Coming, Auntie. Lin Xian ran over with a smile. Wow. Auntie, your cooking is so good. Uncle Morong is so happy. Auntie is beautiful, good at cooking, and virtuous. Uncle Morong is so lucky. Lin Xian said with a smile. Bootlicker. Yi Fifan gritted his teeth. Chapter 1451. A bootlicker? Yes, that was true. However, there were times when one couldn't bootlick. There were times when one could and needed to bootlick. For example, right now. A junior was praising his mother-in-law and his elder for being beautiful. Everyone knew that he was bootlicker, but the other party would be very happy. The other party knew that he was bootlicker, but he was happy. This was different from bootlicker, especially in front of other people. Of course, there was a prerequisite. The other party had to have a good impression of you for the bootlicker to be effective. Morong Yu shook her head helplessly. This Lin Xian. Morong Feng smiled in his heart. This Lin Xian was quite sensible. Ha ha ha, little Xian, what you said is quite reasonable. He is indeed very lucky. Lin Yu said with a smile. Then, she handed Lin Xian a pair of chopsticks. Yi Fifan? How could this be? Lin Xian said with a smile. Auntie, do you know? What? Lin Xian said with a smile. The first time I saw Morong Yu was at the martial arts academy. At that time, I was curious. This woman is so beautiful. How beautiful must her mother be to give birth to such a beautiful daughter? When I saw Auntie for the first time today, I wanted to say that Auntie is really beautiful. Uncle Morong being able to marry Auntie is simply a blessing of 8 lifetimes. Isn't that right, Uncle Morong? Morong Feng, F*CK. He was unhappy with this sentence. However, he still had to say yes. Ha ha ha, yes. I must have accumulated the good fortune of 8 lifetimes to be able to marry such a beautiful wife and have such a beautiful daughter. Morong Feng said with a smile. It's good that you know, Lin Yu said with a smile. Come, come, come. Little Xian, have a drumstick. Lin Yu smiled and gave Lin Xian a drumstick. Thank you, Auntie. Wow. Auntie, your hands are so beautiful. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Ha ha ha, is that so? Lin Yu smiled. Yes, like mother like daughter. Morong Yu's hands are also beautiful. Sure enough, Auntie's hands are very beautiful. Although Morong Yu is already beautiful, in my opinion, there is still a gap between her and Auntie. Lin Xian laughed. Morong Yu, damn bootlicker. Ha ha ha, she is my daughter after all. Come, come, come. Little Xian, try this red braised meat. Lin Yu smiled and gave Lin Xian another piece of braised pork. Originally, Lin Yu liked Lin Xian a lot. Although they didn't have any contact with each other, she found that this person was really good except for being a little lecherous. This person was even willing to sacrifice himself for some things. The simplest example was when Tianhua City fell into enemy hands. How many people had he risked his life to save? This kind of righteousness was something that very few young people possess nowadays. At least she could be sure that if her daughter were to follow him, this person would not abandon her daughter and run away if they encountered any danger. Humph. Yi Fifan snorted coldly. Why did he feel that this Lin Xian's bootlicker was actually effective? How is the taste? Lin Yu asked with a smile. It's delicious. Morong Yu cooked for me before. I thought that the taste was very good. But now, I feel that her cooking is just so. She and Auntie still have a lot to learn. Lin Xian laughed. Morong Yu. Morong Feng couldn't stand this Lin Xian anymore. Wow. How could he be like this? Ha ha ha. Lin Yu beamed with joy. Yi Fifan clenched his fist tightly and lowered his head to eat there. How could this person be so thick-skinned? Auntie, when you go shopping with Morong Yu, do people think that you are sisters and try to hit on you? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Haha, there have been a few times. Lin Yu said with a smile. I guess so too. Lin Xian nodded. Cough cough, Morong Fong coughed and said, Little Xian, have you made preparations for the God's awakening door? Lin Xian shook his head. Not yet. Anyway, we don't know what's going on inside. We'll talk about it when the time comes. I say, Morong Fong, I'm having a good chat with Little Xian. Why are you interrupting? Lin Yu was unhappy. Morong Fong, cough cough cough, you guys talk, you guys talk. Morong Fong was helpless. Yi Hai Tao glanced at his son and realized that his son didn't seem to want to talk. He quickly gave Yi Fifan a look. Yi Fifan obviously saw that Lin Xian's bootlicker was effective. But he didn't know how to do it. Moreover, he was very embarrassed, okay? He clearly knew that what he said wasn't true. Or, it could be said that he was exaggerating. He couldn't adapt to what he said. Morong Yu lowered her head and ate. She was also helpless and didn't care about what Lin Xian said. Auntie, I have a pill here. Lin Xian handed over a pill to Lin Yu. What kind of pill is this? Lin Xian, this is called the face retaining pill. Although Auntie is very beautiful and young, she might be angered by Uncle Morong every day. It will definitely have some effect on her skin. This face retaining pill can let Auntie retain her youthful appearance. Although it can't be said to achieve the so-called eternal appearance, it can definitely let Auntie not have to worry about the so-called things that women worry about for 10 years. Although Lin Yu's realm wasn't too low, it was obvious that she had advanced her realm later on. For example, if you reach the Empyrean realm at the age of 22, then you would still look like a 22-year-old at the age of 80. But if you reach the Empyrean realm at the age of 40, then you would look like a 40-year-old at the age of 80. To put it simply, the earlier one ascended to a higher realm, the more perfect one's appearance would be, like that of a 20-year-old. Therefore, Lin Yu was still worried about things like eye bags, small crow's feet, and skin that wasn't as tender as before. Can it really be done? Lin Yu was stunned for a moment. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. Yes, after Auntie takes it, Auntie's appearance will definitely crush Morong Yu's and let Auntie return to her 27 or 28-year-old appearance. Huh? Yi Fifan smiled and said, I say, young Master Lin, have you been deceived by someone? Lin Xian glanced at him. I've lived for so long, but I've never heard of the face-retaining pill in reality. Those are all imaginary things on TV. Did young Master Lin see a leaflet somewhere in the supermarket and mistake it for real? That's definitely not something good. Yi Fifan smiled and said, Mother Kerr, I finally found a chance to speak and fight back against this Lin Xian. Morong Fong also glanced at Lin Xian. Yi Haitao said, This is very normal. This kind of thing is a gimmick. It's used to cheat those ignorant girls of their money. In fact, it doesn't have any effect. Instead, it may be harmful. Chapter 1452. There were very few dawn in this world. Some dawn were used for healing and detoxification. Other dawn were basically non-existent. However, Lin Xian was different. Lin Xian's medical skills were all-encompassing. He had all kinds of dawn. Lin Xian had taken time to refine these dawn. In any case, he had to give them to his mothers-in-law, right? Lin Xian smiled and said, You two don't need to worry about this. These dawn were personally refined by me. Therefore, I know very well whether they are real or not. You can refine dawn? Morong Fong froze for a moment. I can. Ha ha ha, but I have never heard of the face-preserving dawn in this continent. Yi Fifan said with a smile. Therefore, if you have never heard of it, it can only be said that you are ignorant and inexperienced. However, you cannot deny everything just because you have never heard of it. You are not the heavens. Your words do not count. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ka. Yi Fifan clenched his fist. Whether it is real or not, Auntie, you can try it now. There will be an effect soon. Lin Xian said with a smile. Okay. Lin Yu nodded. To be honest, she had never heard of it. However, she felt that this Lin Xian was not ordinary. Moreover, her husband, Murong Feng, had emphasized to her many times that this Lin Xian was indeed very good. In any case, she did not care whether she believed it or not. As long as she ate it, it would not be harmful. Okay, then I will try it. Lin Yu smiled and directly swallowed it. In fact, she did not have much expectation. However, everyone had been staring at her skin. Lin Yu did not wear makeup at home. In fact, she did not need to wear makeup. She was very beautiful. However, if you looked carefully, you could see some traces of age on her face. It was very light, but it could be seen. Although it was very light, as a woman, especially a beautiful woman, she cared too much. Murong Feng had told her many times that she was very beautiful and that it was nothing. However, she understood in her heart. He could only blame himself for not raising his realm when he was younger. Therefore, she had always taught Murong Yu to work hard if she could. Since she had this talent, she should try her best to reach the heavenly venerable realm in her 20s. However, in the next moment, they revealed shocked expressions. Wife, your face. Murong Feng opened his mouth. What happened? Lin Yu asked doubtfully. See for yourself. Murong Feng was shocked. Lin Yu was a little worried and hurried to the bathroom. Then, her surprised voice came from inside. Actually, there wasn't much of a change. Normally, one wouldn't be able to feel anything. However, if one looked closely, they would realize that her skin had become as tender as a woman in her 20s. Furthermore, the faint crow's feet from before had completely disappeared. This. Lin Xian, your pills are quite powerful. Could it be a new product of the Xian Group? What? Art Xian Group? Yi Fifan frowned. Oh. You guys didn't talk about it? Xiao Xian is from the Xian Group. I see. Yi Fifan secretly clenched his fist. Damn it. At this time, Lin Xian smiled and said, it's not a new product. However, it will definitely develop in this direction. When the time comes, the effect won't be as strong. However, it will definitely not be like those so-called skincare products on the market. The effect won't be obvious. When the time comes, it will be launched. After all, the materials used were relatively common. Ha ha ha, this Xian Group will really become the gospel of the common people. Murong Feng said with a smile. Lin Yu ran over. My skin has become better. Lin Yu was extremely excited. Your skin has always been very good. Murong Feng said. Nonsense. Lin Yu hurriedly said, Xiao Yu, come here. What? Come here quickly. Murong Yu stood up and walked to Lin Yu's side. Then, Lin Yu put her face close to hers. Hubby, look, whose skin is better? Murong Feng. He had to admit that he really could tell that his wife's skin was absolutely as tender as when they first met. He really needed to thank Lin Xian. It's just as good. Murong Feng said. Mom, your skin is really very tender. Murong Yu glanced at him and said indifferently, Don't worry. Ha ha ha, right? Lin Yu smiled and pushed Murong Yu aside. Then, she looked at Lin Xian and said, Xiao Xian, Auntie really doesn't know how to thank you. Lin Xian said with a smile, It's my duty. Ha ha ha, quickly, quickly, eat, eat. Fifan, you eat too. Yi Fifan nodded. I say, honey, stop looking. It's so beautiful. Murong Feng said helplessly when he saw Lin Yu looking at the mirror. Lin Yu put down the mirror. Eat, eat. Soon, the meal was finished. It could be said that this meal was very enjoyable. However, there were two people who were not very happy. Of course, they were Yi Fifan and Yi Haitao. It's getting late, Brother Murong. I'll leave with Fifan first. I hope Brother Murong will take the matter I told you before to heart. We'll come again in 2 days. Yi Haitao said. Brother Yi, take care. Then, the two of them walked away. Dad, that Lin Xian, Yi Fifan clenched his fist. You, Can't you learn to be a little more eloquent like him? Yi Haitao said. Dad, you know that I don't know much about this. And that Lin Xian is simply too hypocritical. I can't say anything about it. Yi Fifan said. Sigh, that Murong family seems to like that kid Lin Xian very much. Moreover, he's actually a member of the Xian group. It seems that he might be at the helm of the Xian group. He's really not simple. Then what should we do? I really like Murong Yu. Yi Fifan said. When we go back, bring the Yi family's treasure to propose marriage. I don't believe that the Yi family's treasure can't be compared to a small elixir. Xiao Xian, why don't you stay here tonight? On the sofa, the few of them were sitting together and chatting when Lin Yu suddenly popped out a sentence. She was simply too satisfied with Lin Xian. Huh? You're not going back? Isn't that not very good? Lin Xian scratched his head. Mom, he still has something to do. Murong Yu said. Lin Xian shook his head. Actually, it's nothing much. If I leave, I'll stay in a hotel. Actually, staying in a hotel is fine, as long as uncle and auntie don't mind. Murong Yu was speechless. Ha ha ha, of course, we don't mind. Xiao Yu, go and tidy up your room. Oh. Murong Yu got up. I'm saying that you should tidy up your room. Murong Yu was speechless. Lin Xian was speechless. Damn. Did this mother-in-law know about the matter between him and Murong Yu? It seemed so. Damn. This mother-in-law was great. Lin Xian's mothers-in-law are all great. Why? Murong Yu asked. Didn't Xiao Xian say that he wanted to play games with you? Then let's go to your room. Lin Xian, nice. Chapter 1453. Under normal circumstances, Lin Yu wouldn't bring a boy to her daughter's room, right? However, this Lin Xian was different. He had already done so many things with her daughter. Moreover, as Murong Yu's mother, Lin Yu could see that her daughter liked Lin Xian. It was just a matter of how much she liked him. Since it was already like this and she also liked this boy, it was fine. This boy was her son-in-law. I don't play games. Murong Yu shook her head and said indifferently. Little Xian wants to play. He is a guest. Even if you don't want to play, you still have to play with him. Do you understand? How did I teach you etiquette? Lin Yu looked at her daughter and said. Murong Yu, how could her mother be bought over by Lin Xian? Okay, I'll go with you to tidy up the room. When the time comes, the three of us can play together. Lin Yu smiled and looked at Lin Xian as she said. Okay, then I'll have to trouble auntie. Let's go. Lin Yu pulled Murong Yu's hand and walked upstairs. Only Lin Xian and Murong Feng were left in the living room. Here. Murong Feng handed Lin Xian a cigarette. Thank you, Uncle Murong. Lin Xian then snapped his fingers and the two people's cigarette butts were lit. Murong Feng paused for a moment. Ha ha, this thing is very useful. Lin Xian nodded. It is very useful. Regarding the matter between you and little Yu, what do you think? Murong Feng asked. Cough cough cough. Lin Xian dryly coughed. Uncle Murong, what do I think? I'm already here, don't you know? Murong Feng took a puff and said, but as far as I know, you have more than one girlfriend, right? Cough cough cough. Lin Xian awkwardly coughed again. Uncle Murong, I'm a man. Please understand. Don't, I can't understand. After all, your aunt is my only woman. Murong Feng said. Lin Xian scratched his head. However, it's rare for little Yu to fall in love with someone. As for you, I can be considered to understand. Although you're fickle in love, other than that, there's nothing else. Moreover, this fickle in love is actually a responsible person. Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. Yes, yes. That's why you're auntie and I don't care about the matters between you and Xiao Yu. Otherwise, with this girl's character, I'm really afraid that she won't find a boyfriend for 10 or 20 years. Wouldn't your auntie and I feel terrible? Lin Xian laughed. 10 or 20 years. Uncle Morong, you might be thinking too little. Anyway, Morong Yu's realm was right there. Even if another 100 years passed, she would still be so young and beautiful. She was not willing to find a partner, but she had the capital to not find one. Therefore, Morong Fong and Lin Yu were also anxious. Therefore, since they saw that Morong Yu liked this brat, Lin Yu would work hard to see if they could give birth to this baby. It was not important whether they got married or not. It was more important to have a baby first. Ha ha ha, alright, let's not talk about this person first. How's the evil god Fire Palace? Morong Feng's expression also became serious. Of course, he knew that Lin Xian came here partly because of Morong Yu and partly because of the evil god Fire Palace. Lin Xian nodded. Amen, I've been there. The evil god Fire Palace is in the Shao family. There's a fake mountain in the backyard of the Shao family. There's a passage under the fake mountain. After entering the passage, there's a door. However, to open this door, one needs a special secret technique. I haven't learned this secret technique yet, so I can't use it for the time being. After opening it, there's a secret realm inside. This secret realm is the evil god Fire Palace. I see. How strong is it? Lin Xian pondered for a moment and said, I'm not too sure either. However, what I'm certain of is that with 3 Heavenly Tao Realm experts as the foundation, the other Great Void Realm experts will naturally not be in the minority. In this secret realm, there's a place that leads to the demonic beast domain. They can directly enter the demonic beast domain to grind levels. At the same time, it will become a passage for them to escape. Morong Fong pondered for a moment. That's very normal. As the evil god Hall, they will definitely use all sorts of methods to leave a way out for themselves. Then, did they say anything to you? Lin Xian said, they said that the main hall has taken a fancy to me and wants me to temper myself here. When the time comes, if I can, they will send me to the main hall. Morong Feng's eyes lit up. Yes, if you can, you must obtain the position of the main hall. However, don't be anxious. If 1 year isn't enough, then 2 years. If 2 years isn't enough, then 5 years. Morong Feng said. We have already searched for the location of the evil god hall for nearly 100 years. Haven't we still come up empty-handed? And this time, you are the closest we have come in history, so you must not be anxious. Don't fall short of success. Lin Xian nodded. I know. Also, you must pay attention to your own safety. Even if they think that you have taken a poison pill, they may not completely trust you. Those people are a group of very sneaky people. Yes, I have come into contact with them. They are indeed very sneaky. However, I am still quite useful to them right now. If what they said is true and the main hall has taken a fancy to me, then the small evil god Fire Hall won't be able to make any decisions. As long as I don't reveal any flaws and continue to increase my strength, they will eventually be able to see my potential. Lin Xian. That's right. What price did the Yexian group pay? Morong Feng asked. Lin Xian. It is only 10% of the shares. I will try my best to suppress the rest. In addition, they want to make Lin and City the next headquarters of the evil god Fire Hall. Naturally, there will be some impact on the industry. For now, I can accept it. At present, they cannot do anything that I cannot accept. Morong Feng nodded. Yes, the 3 major forces will reimburse the Yexian group for their losses. Lin Xian slightly muttered, Uncle Morong, I suggest that you don't tell this news to the Trial Union or the Bounty Hunter Guild. I don't trust them. Ha ha ha, don't worry. You already know about this matter. The Trial Union and the Bounty Hunter Guild also don't know about it. I only said that the temple will reimburse you for now. When this matter is completely resolved, the temple will look for the other 2 major forces to share. Morong Feng laughed. Ha ha ha, okay. Then I will go find Xiao Yu. Lin Xian finished speaking and ran upstairs with a smile. Morong Feng, this brat. He helplessly shook his head. After chatting with me for a bit, he impatiently went to find my daughter? Damn, He really is a pervert. Xiao Yu, I am coming to find you to play games. Lin Xian grinned as he rubbed his hands together and arrived at the door of a room. Through the crack in the door, Lin Xian could smell a fragrant smell. Chapter 1454. Morong Yu was chatting with Lin Yu. What were they chatting about? Lin Xian, of course. Lin Yu was having a heart-to-heart talk with Morong Yu. She knew that her daughter was very tsundere. Although Morong Yu repeatedly emphasized that she wasn't being tsundere, as a mother, how could she not know? She clearly liked Lin Xian, but she didn't know how much she liked him. However, she didn't even let Lin Xian touch her. She had done it so many times, but still. Anyway, as a mother, she knew. You two play the game well. Lin Yu heard the noise outside and opened the door with a smile. Auntie. You two play the game. I'm going to sleep. There's a place to shower in the room. Okay. Good night, Auntie. Lin Xian smiled in his heart. Lin Yu then walked away. He. Lin Xian closed the door and rubbed his hands together as he walked toward Morong Yu, who was sitting on the edge of the bed. Her room was really quite ordinary. There weren't any dolls or anything fun. Most of it was just books. However, this bed was definitely soft, and there were even dolls on it. Little Yu, I'm here. Lin Xian then sat beside Morong Yu and hugged her waist. You can sleep here, but you're not allowed to do anything else. Morong Yu said lightly. Okay. Lin Xian nodded obediently. Morong Yu agreed. No. It wasn't that simple. What did Auntie say to you? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Then, he placed his hand on her leg and touched it. Morong Yu's hand pressed down on Lin Xian's hand. Nothing. I'm going to sleep. Morong Yu then crawled under the blanket and lay on her side with her back facing Lin Xian. She had already changed into her pajamas. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and glanced at the bed. There was actually a second blanket. She wanted him to cover himself with another blanket? You wish. Lin Xian then crawled under her blanket and hugged her from behind. Morong Yu's body trembled. Don't move. He. I didn't want to move at first, but I couldn't help it when I hugged you. Morong Yu was confused. And then, she really couldn't stand Lin Xian's shamelessness. This person was equivalent to raping her. The next morning, Morong Yu was the first to open her eyes. She nestled in Lin Xian's arms. Her beautiful eyes glanced at the bloody teeth marks on Lin Xian's shoulder. That's right, she bit him last night. However, this bastard still wouldn't let her go even after being bitten and bleeding. In the end, she compromised. Bastard! Morong Yu gritted her teeth. Lin Xian opened his eyes and turned to look at her. Morong Yu quickly averted her gaze. He, little Yu, it's daybreak. It's time to do it again. Morong Yu was confused. Get lost. She kicked Lin Xian out of the room, then wrapped herself in the blanket and turned around. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. I'm going to take a shower. Lin Xian walked into the bathroom. Morong Yu opened her beautiful eyes and sighed helplessly. Was that it? That should be it, right? After all, when Lin Xian slept with her, she actually didn't put up much resistance. She was also catered to Lin Xian later on. She knew it in her heart. She just didn't feel good. She wasn't in a relationship, and she didn't do anything. Then, she was slept with by him so many times. She was a very traditional person. She yearned for love. Her concept of love was very beautiful and sweet. However, when she met this bastard Lin Xian, what kind of sweet feeling was there? He had sex with her the moment they met, and they had sex for half a year. Then, when she came back, she had sex with him several times for no reason. Let's not talk about sweet in love, right? At least we should go shopping alone, right? F***ck. Not good. Not good at all. After a while, Lin Xian walked out naked. Morong Yu glanced at him and blushed. She quickly turned away. Can you keep your clothes on? She gritted her teeth. I'm not wearing anything. I just want to show you. Lin Xian laughed. Shameless. Go take a shower. Lin Xian then used his mind to clean himself and crawl under the blanket. Morong Yu quickly ran into the bathroom. Soon, she finished bathing. She walked out smelling good. She glanced at Lin Xian, then opened the door and walked out without saying anything. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. He was still thinking about playing with her. Baby, you're taking a shower early in the morning. Downstairs, Lin Yu saw Morong Yu drying her hair and walking down in her pajamas. He smiled and said. Morong Yu's face slightly reddened. And, as an old couple, they naturally knew why their baby daughter wanted to take a shower early in the morning. Morong Fong was not happy. F***ck. Thinking about how his beautiful baby daughter was taken by that pig Lin Xian, his heart ached as a father. It couldn't be helped. All fathers in the world were like this. They doted on their daughters, and their daughters were treasures. Where's Lin Xian? Lin Yu asked. I don't know. He's dead. Morong Yu sat on the sofa and drank tea. The two of them. What's there to be angry about between boyfriend and girlfriend? Can't that brat do it? Lin Yu smiled. Morong Yu, Mom. Okay. Mom won't say anything. Then I'll go take a look at that brat. Then Lin Yu walked upstairs. Morong Fong smiled and sat beside Morong Yu. He rubbed her hair and said, What's wrong? Daughter, do you like Lin Xian? Morong Yu shook her head. Not really. Then what's wrong? It's just that he's very infuriating. Ha. Morong Fong smiled and said, Although you feel that Lin Xian is very infuriating, from Lin Xian's point of view, with your personality, if you don't talk to him for a day, he'll be suffering, right? You have to understand each other. He's suffering? Last night, he was secretly chatting with another girl. How can he be suffering? Morong Yu wasn't angry about this. In fact, she knew what she should know. She just wasn't happy. However, she couldn't say where she was unhappy about it. Okay, it's rare that you're all free. It's rare that Lin Xian comes to Chengdu. You guys have fun these 2 days. Morong Fong smiled and said. That depends on whether he's willing. Morong Yu didn't know how much resentment she had towards Lin Xian. She guessed that it was quite a lot. Slap her, you didn't do anything but slap her. Of course she was unhappy. At least they were celebrating a festival. No matter what, they had to give her a gift, right? Okay, she didn't ask for too much. It didn't matter. Lin Xian and Lin Yu walked down. You're coming down. Let's eat breakfast. After breakfast, Lin Xian, you and Xiao you can go out and play. Morong Fong smiled and said. Okay. Of course. Lin Xian said. Morong Yu heard this and felt a little better. Who wants to play with you? Morong Yu coldly snorted and walked towards the dining table. Morong Fong helplessly looked at Lin Xian. He couldn't blame Lin Xian. It was his daughter who was arrogant. This was also the main reason. Chapter 1455. Lin Xian helplessly glanced at Morong Fong. His gaze was very clear. Look at your daughter. Morong Fong shrugged his shoulders. What could he do? Women should be spoiled and spoiled. He would think about it when he got his hands on her. Actually, Lin Xian was already used to it. He had a lot of girls around him. What kind of girls did he not have? Tsundere? No matter how tsundere she was still obedient last night. Let's go eat. Morong Fong said. N. Lin Xian nodded his head and then sat at the table beside Morong Yu. Morong Yu sat there elegantly. Girls like her were very serious no matter what they did. To put it simply, you had never seen her cross her legs and it was even more impossible to see her make any indecent movements. Normal people would get tired after sitting for a while. They would want to lie down or bend their waist slightly. However, girls like her could maintain a straight posture and read for an entire day without changing her posture. At most, she would change her direction. Little Yu, help me peel an egg. Lin Xian put his hand on Morong Yu's leg and said with a smile. Morong Yu did not say anything. She just silently peeled an egg for Lin Xian and placed it on the plate in front of Lin Xian. Lin Xian smiled in his heart. She was still obedient. However, if Morong Fong or Lin Yu were here, she would definitely not peel the egg. Morong Fong was sitting on the sofa and drinking tea while Lin Yu was busy in the kitchen. Where are we going to play later? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Anywhere. Morong Yu said indifferently and then drank a mouthful of milk. Going to a room? Morong Yu? Go to hell. You said anywhere. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. Get lost. What are you talking about? Lin Yu walked out of the kitchen with a smile. We are talking about where we are going to play later. Lin Xian said with a smile. Isn't it good to go shopping or watch a movie? Who wants to go shopping with him? Morong Yu said indifferently. Lin Xian. F***CK. Tsundere. No, I have to make her submit tonight. Auntie, I'll go shopping with her. I'll go find a few other friends. Lin Xian said. A few other friends? Morong Yu thought for a moment. Wasn't that Han Chuxue and Ling Ying? Crack, crack, crack. There were already cracks in the cup in her hand. That bastard Lin Xian. That's fine. Yu nodded. Little Yu, let's go shopping. Anything. Morong Yu said. Aya, why are you interfering with a child's shopping? The two of us didn't go out for a proper stroll either. Lin Xian and Xiao Yu went out for a stroll. You and I went out for a stroll alone. Morong Fong said with a smile. That's true. We haven't gone shopping for a long time. You two go shopping. Let's go after dinner. After dinner, Morong Yu casually changed into a simple set of clothes and went out with Lin Xian. You go. Morong Yu said to Lin Xian. Ah. Lin Xian was stunned and looked at her. Aren't you going to find a friend? Go ahead. I'll find a library to read. Morong Yu said indifferently. Lin Xian looked at her beautiful face and rubbed his chin playfully as he looked at her. Morong Yu frowned. Why are you looking at me? Morong Yu asked. I feel that you're different from before. Morong Yu looked at Lin Xian. In what way? In many ways. For example, you're jealous now. And you've also learned how to say one thing and mean another. Morong Yu. Then it seems that you really like me. Lin Xian said with a smile. Morong Yu couldn't be bothered with him and walked straight ahead. AI. Lin Xian ran over with a smile and took the opportunity to grab her soft little hand. Morong Yu subconsciously struggled. However, Lin Xian held her hand tightly and she didn't struggle anymore. I'm not familiar with Tiandu. Where is it fun? I don't know. Morong Yu also rarely went out to play, so she wasn't sure about this either. Then let's just walk around. Morong Yu's pretty face, exquisite temperament, and sky-blue hair and irises were rare to begin with. Needless to say, the amount of attention he attracted was unimaginable. As for Lin Xian, the passers-by looked at them and felt that they shouldn't be a couple. The woman was so outstanding and the man looked so ordinary. However, they were holding hands. What was there to be suspicious about? Morong Yu rarely went out, so even the heavens knew that the Morong family's master of the Holy Temple had a daughter who was supposed to be very beautiful. However, not many people knew what Morong Yu looked like, and even fewer knew that she had blue eyes or something like that. However, it had to be said that she was indeed very special. On the other side, there were many people crowding around. Why? Ling Ying and Han Chuxue came out to shop. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were very famous in Tiandu. They were the daughters of the 8 great families. Their appearances were extremely outstanding. Moreover, they often went out to play. In the past, Han Chushue rarely went out, but compared to Morongyu, she was much better. Moreover, they had a lot of pursuers. The main reason was that there were many pursuers. Coupled with their family background, it was impossible for no one to pay attention to them. I heard that Lin Xian came to Chengdu. Ling Ying and Han Chushue each held a roasted sweet potato and chatted while eating. Many people followed them. Some tried to summon up the courage to strike up a conversation with them. Some just wanted to take 2 more photos because they knew that they weren't good enough for them. Is that so? Han Chushue nodded slightly. It seems that they came because of the evil god Fire Palace. I guess they are still there. Ling Ying said. Hey boss, give me 2 Rujiamos. Suddenly, a familiar voice came from the front. The 2 girls looked at each other. Obviously, they knew what they were thinking from each other's eyes. Then, they walked forward. Let me tell you, this kind of small roadside stalls selling things for a few yuan are the real delicacies of the world. Miss, you will follow me in the future. I will take you to try more of these delicious snacks. Lin Xian handed Morongyu a Rujiamo and said. Anyway, many of Lin Xian's daughters like to eat roadside stalls because of Lin Xian. Weren't Ling Ying and Han Chushue the same? Morongyu really didn't eat it because she wasn't greedy. She rarely went out. She only ate 3 meals a day. At most, she would eat some snacks. Morongyu then opened her small mouth and took a bite. This is medium spicy. How about it? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Morongyu nodded. Not bad. Of course. Lin Xian smiled. Just as he opened his mouth to eat, he suddenly saw 2 figures standing in front of him. Chapter 1456. Lin Xian had announced in the group that he was coming to Chengdu, so Ling Ying and the rest knew about it. However, they still thought that Lin Xian was busy, so they did not chat with Lin Xian. Then, F***CK. F***CK. This Lin Xian is shopping with Morongyu. Ling Ying was pissed. She was not pissed that he was shopping with other girls. After all, they knew a lot of things. F***CK. I thought you were busy, so I did not disturb you. Who knew that this bastard was shopping with other girls? Ah. Lin Xian was embarrassed. Morongyu was eating her Rujiamo. When she saw Ling Ying and the rest, she walked over. You are shopping too? Morongyu asked. Yes, let's go together. Ling Ying said with a smile. Okay. Then they turned around and walked away. Lin Xian was speechless. Wow. No way. God, is this how you treat me? Hey, wait for me. Lin Xian quickly chased after them. Yi Fifan walked out from the dark with his brows furrowed. He only found out about Lin Xian's existence yesterday, so he tried to investigate him. He discovered that not only did Lin Xian seem to have a good relationship with Morongyu, but he also had a lot of pretty girls around him. They all seemed to be on good terms, including the 2 he had just met, Ling Ying and Han Chushue from Chengdu. However, he wasn't sure if Lin Xian was just friends with the other girls or if they had some other kind of relationship. As a man, he felt that it was not that simple. Let me get hold of your weakness. I don't believe that Morongyu will not leave you. I don't believe that Uncle Morong and the rest will agree to it. Yi Fifan sneered and then said to the headset, Continue the investigation. Morongyu is a woman that he must obtain. Last night, this Lin Xian did not leave the Morong family, but what does it matter? How could they sleep together? Could they still be boyfriend and girlfriend? If they were boyfriend and girlfriend, Morong Fong would have already told him that Morongyu already had a boyfriend, so they weren't. As for the fact that they were out shopping, he was indeed envious and jealous. However, hadn't Morongyu already left? Didn't that Lin Xian also chase after him like a dog? Hey. Lin Xian chased after him. What are you doing? You're not going back? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Where am I going? Lin Xian smiled awkwardly. Lin, and city. Hurry up and leave. Ling Ying waved his hand. Little Ying Ying, don't be so heartless. Little Chushue, talk to her. Han Chushue shook her head. I can't win against her. Lin Xian. Humph, Lin Xian, after you finished your business, you went shopping with other girls, right? You didn't tell us, right? Scumbag. Morong Yu muttered in her heart. You deserve it. Little Yu and I were planning to go shopping with you and have fun together. Lin Xian smiled. TCH. Really, we bought a Rujiamo on the way. We were going to go to your place. Really. I was thinking of going to see Uncle and Auntie. I've already prepared a gift. Lin Xian then took out the face-retaining pill. What's this? Ling Ying glanced at it. Face-retaining pill. You can ask little Yu. She saw the effect of the face-retaining pill with her own eyes. I'm going to give it to the two aunties, Lin Xian said. Morong Yu. This Lin Xian's ability to adapt to situations was really strong. She didn't know if Lin Xian was going to give them the face-retaining pill, but at least not today. At least, she knew that Lin Xian was going to play with her for the whole day. Scumbag. Bah. She saw through him. He was a scumbag. Lin Xian felt like he was in a difficult position. Face-retaining pill? Ling Ying glanced at it. Is it really useful? She asked Morong Yu. Morong Yu nodded. Yes, it's very useful. Thank you. I'll give it to my mom when the time comes, Ling Ying said. As for why she didn't let Lin Xian give it to her personally, Ling Ying felt that Lin Xian didn't plan to go to her house anyway, so she might as well not let him go. She didn't want to waste his precious time to pick up girls. Then I won't go? Lin Xian asked. Up to you. Ling Ying said. Since I'm here today, I definitely have to go and see Uncle and Auntie. You can give them the gift. Then what gift are you going to give my dad and Uncle Han? Ling Ying asked. If the two aunties take this pill, wouldn't it be the best gift for the two uncles? Lin Xian said with a smile. They were stunned for a moment. It seemed to make a lot of sense. Then let's go and play together. An amusement park just opened there. I haven't played in a long time. Han Chushue's beautiful eyes looked at Lin Xian and asked, Are you going? Of course, risking my life to accompany the beauty. Risking your life? Do you mean accompanying us is torturous for you? Ling Ying rolled his eyes. No, hee, let's go. Lin Xian then followed with a smile. He didn't dare to hug them. Why? There were people around. Although they were all Lin Xian's women, the world didn't know. If the two daughters of the two big families in Tiandu had the same boyfriend, Lin Xian would be fine, but they might be in a lot of controversy. Although Lin Xian knew that they didn't care, Lin Xian still wouldn't do it if it was unfair to them. After playing for a day, the sky soon turned dark. They went to have dinner together and then prepared to go back. Why don't you go back? Lin Xian said. Huh? They looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Let's get a room and play cards. Isn't it better? I'll accompany you to your house tomorrow morning, okay? Lin Xian said. Morong Yu didn't hesitate. She had a lot of fun today. She rarely played like this. She just nodded, and then Ling Ying pulled her little hand. Open your sister's room. Go to hell. Morong Yu. What's wrong with getting a room and playing cards together? Why did Ling Ying have such a big reaction? If Morong Yu were to find out that this was how he had brought them to Lin Xian to drink and had sex with the two of them, she would have probably given him a kick. Cough, cough, cough. Lin Xian coughed. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Wow. How could there be such a scumbag? Did he want to have sex with the three of them at once? Wow. F***CK. We'll go back first. Han Chushue said. Bye-bye, I'll be a guest at your house tomorrow. Lin Xian waved his hand. F***CK off. Scumbag. Ling Ying gritted his teeth and then walked away with Han Chushue. Why did she have such a big reaction? Morong Yu asked Lin Xian in confusion. I don't know, maybe she lost a lot of money to me in the past, so she has a grudge against me? Lin Xian said. That shouldn't be, it should be something else. Hey, let's go to your house and sleep tonight. Lin Xian said with a smile. Chapter 1457. That night, Lin Xian gave Morong Yu a good spanking. This girl resisted fiercely at first, because she suddenly understood something. F***ck. This Lin Xian is a scum. However, he couldn't stand Lin Xian's shamelessness. This person didn't even realize his mistake when he made a mistake. 1 second, he lowered his head and said, "Baby, I was wrong." The next second, he pounced on you and pressed you under his body. Morong Fong and Lin Yu were very happy. At least it meant that their baby daughter recognized this Lin Xian. They should be boyfriend and girlfriend. And very good. Little did they know, they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend yet. Early the next morning, Lin Xian yawned and walked down. "Let's go." Lin Yu smiled and greeted him. "Good morning, Auntie." "Xiao Yu, that girl, hasn't woken up yet?" Lin Yu asked. She's in a deep sleep." Lin Xian nodded. "In the future, treat Xiao Yu well. This girl is cold on the outside but warm on the inside. In fact, she's very weak inside. Since she has chosen to be with you, then no matter what, as long as you don't completely break her heart, she will definitely be with you forever." Lin Yu patted Lin Xian's shoulder and said, "Auntie, don't worry, I won't break her heart." "Good, remember what you said." "Auntie, don't worry." Morong Yu was still sleeping because she was tormented by Lin Xian last night. Today, Lin Xian went to the Ling and Han family as a guest. After all, it was rare for him to come to Chengdu, so it was natural for him to be a guest. "Young master, that Lin Xian went to the Ling and Han family." Yi Fifan received this news. "With Morong Yu?" Yi Fifan asked. "No, it's just that Lin Xian alone. Now that Lin Xian is at the Han family, and young master, I took a photo of a big news." Yi Fifan took a puff of his cigarette and asked, "What?" "Young master, I took a photo of that Lin Xian hugging Ling Ying." Pat the cigarette in Yi Fifan's hand fell. "What?" Then he saw the photo sent to him by his little brother. It couldn't be clearer. That hand was not only hugging her, it was almost on her butt. In the beginning, Yi Fifan had his suspicions. After all, Lin Xian seemed to have a good relationship with them. However, he only thought that they were friends. When Lin Xian visited their house as a guest, he felt that something was amiss. Then he saw this photo. How should he say it? It could only say he had mixed feelings. This Lin Xian was not that handsome. Why did this kind of girl like him? Putting Morong Yu aside, he didn't think that Lin Xian and Morong Yu were boyfriend and girlfriend. At most, they were a little better, but this Ling Ying was not bad at all. Anyway, he couldn't get her. Why did this Lin Xian so sour? F***cku. Bah. Yi Fifan spat. But now there was no problem. Regardless of whether they were boyfriend and girlfriend, Lin Xian was definitely interested in Morong Yu. This was without a doubt. Morong Yu's parents also seemed to be interested in Lin Xian. After all, this Lin Xian was the champion of the Qianwu competition, and at the same time he had the Art Xian group. So, if he gave this photo to them, then they would definitely not agree with Lin Xian and Morong Yu, right? They should be supporting him now, right? Tonight, I'll go to Morong Yu's house again. Yi Fifan muttered. As for Lin Xian, he was originally thinking about whether to sleep at Ling Ying's or Han Chushue's tonight. He hadn't cried with them for a long time, but they seemed to have discussed it. Ling Ying and Han Chushue didn't give it to him either. Lin Xian felt wronged. Little Chushue didn't give it to him either, he felt wronged. In the end, Lin Xian could only go to Morong Yu's house. "Why are you here again?" At the entrance of Morong Yu's house, Morong Yu looked at Lin Xian, who was smiling and waving at her. Her whole body was aching. Didn't he say that he would be at Ling Ying's or Han Chushue's house tonight? Good thing. She could rest now. At first, she didn't think it was a big deal, but after being tormented by Lin Xian for 2 nights, she really wanted to rest, and then this B** came again. He even waved at her with a harmless smile. What's wrong? Am I not welcome? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Not welcome? Why? I'm so handsome. Not handsome, Morong Yu said coldly and mercilessly. You called me husband very happily last night. Morong Yu. Bastard. Shut up. She gritted her teeth and stared at Lin Xian. Hee, I'm coming in. Lin Xian then teleported into Morong Yu's house. There's a guest? Lin Xian glanced at the car parked in the manor. Yi Fifan. Why is that B** here again? Lin Xian touched his forehead. Why are you here again? Morong Yu asked. I'm here to have sex with you. Morong Yu. You can go to the Ling's or Han's house. No. Both of them together can't be compared to you. Lin Xian grinned and said. I'll tell them exactly what you said, Lin Sanjiu said. Morong Yu said indifferently and then walked into the house. Hey, wait for me. Is that Yi Fifan here to pursue you again? Lin Xian asked. I don't know. Then I'll make him suffer. The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up slightly. Fifan, it's rare for you to have so much free time recently. Morong Fong said with a smile. Yes, it's rare for me to have some free time recently, so I want to take some time to accompany Xiao Yu. Yi Fifan said with a smile. Xiao Yu is very boring. Whether she has time or not, it's better for her to stay at home and read a book. Morong Fong said with a smile. Ha, Uncle Morong is right. At this time, Lin Xian followed Morong Yu into the house. Yi Fifan took a glance and frowned. This person actually dares to come again? That's interesting. I'll expose this person in front of him, in front of Morong Yu, and in front of Morong Fong. Young Master Lin, you're here again. Yi Fifan said with a smile. Yes, I miss Auntie's cooking. I found that after eating here, I feel that everything I eat is tasteless. Auntie's cooking is the best. Lin Xian grinned at Lin Yu. Ha, okay, I'll cook for you. Lin Yu was pleased to hear Lin Xian's words. Morong Yu secretly shook her head. Bootlicker. Why can't my mother feel it? No, she must have felt it, but she still enjoyed it. Morong Yu couldn't understand. Ha, what have you been doing these 2 days, young Master Lin? Yi Fifan asked Lin Xian with a smile. Chapter 1458. Lin Xian leaned on the sofa and put his arm around Morong Yu's waist. Morong Yu, Yi Fifan. Yi Fifan narrowed his eyes. No way. It can't be true, right? Morong Yu was not used to being intimate with a boy in front of her father. I'm going to help cook. Morong Yu got up and walked into the kitchen. Lin Xian said with a smile, Nothing, I just played in Tiandu for 2 days. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, I just happened to see young Master Lin when I was playing in Tiandu. Lin Xian nodded, and then, Yi Fifan said with a smile, Then, I found young Master Lin playing with other girls. Really? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. That's normal. No, it's not normal. Now I just want to ask, what's the relationship between young Master Lin and Xiao Yu? Yi Fifan said. You can't tell? Lin Xian smiled jokingly. Of course I can tell. Yi Fifan then looked at Morong Fong. He took out his phone and handed it to Morong Fong. He then said, Uncle Morong, this is what I saw at that time. I think it's unfair to Xiao Yu, so I want to show it to you. Morong Fong looked at the photo on the phone. How should he put it? Mothaf ***. It's true, this Lin Xian and Ling Ying. But he also knew and told Lin Xian that they didn't care, as long as Morong Yu didn't care. With this Lin Xian's ability and potential, he would definitely stand at the top of this continent in the future. He would definitely be qualified to have 3 wives and 4 concubines. Moreover, Ling Ying and the others were also very outstanding girls. They all took a fancy to Lin Xian, which was enough to prove that this Lin Xian was outstanding enough in all aspects to obtain the favor of those outstanding girls. Morong Fong handed the phone to Yi Fifan and nodded, "Okay, I got it." Lin Xian didn't need to read it to know what it was about. Unfortunately, he didn't panic. "Little Yu!" Morong Fong shouted. Morong Yu wiped her hands and walked over. "Dad, what's wrong? What do you think we should do?" Morong Fong tapped on the phone on the table. Yi Fifan sneered in his heart. With Morong Yu's arrogance, she would never allow this to happen. Morong Yu glanced at it. Then, her beautiful eyes looked towards Lin Xian. "Humph." She snorted and walked into the kitchen. Yi Fifan. "Humph, humph. That's it? That's it? Why?" Yi Fifan was completely confused. "Lin Xian, little Yu is angry. Why aren't you comforting her?" Morong Fong said to Lin Xian. "Yes, yes, yes. I'll go and comfort little Yu." Lin Xian then ran into the kitchen. Yi Fifan. "That's it? Huh? That's it? How could this be? Why did Morong Fong look so calm? Why did Morong Yu snort?" He was dumbfounded. "This... Uncle Morong, this Lin Xian is..." Yi Fifan wanted to say something. Morong Fong lit a cigarette and started smoking. Then, he indifferently said, "I know what you want to say. However, in my eyes, children's matters are their own matters. No matter what that Lin Xian does, if Xiaoyu doesn't have any objections, then we, as adults, won't have any objections. This is because Xiaoyu definitely has the ability to distinguish right from wrong." Yi Fifan. "But, why doesn't Morong Yu have any opinions?" Yi Fifan didn't understand. He was dumbfounded. "Doesn't she have an opinion? Isn't she angry?" Morong Fong said. Yi Fifan. "Yes, she did seem angry. But now, it wasn't a question of whether she was angry or not, right?" According to his understanding of Morong Yu, there were only 2 possibilities. Either she coldly told Lin Xian to get lost and didn't want to say another word, or she directly kicked Lin Xian out. This was Morong Yu. Humph. It can't be. He was dumbfounded. Yi Fifan glanced at the kitchen and frowned. "Uncle Morong, they are really," Morong Fong said. "I don't care and I won't ask because I believe little you can distinguish. As for whether they are a couple or not, you should be able to tell, right?" Yi Fifan clenched his teeth. Why? He couldn't understand. Even if Lin Xian and Morong Yu were a couple, why did she see the photo and F***ck? Fifan understands. Then, Fifan will leave first. Yi Fifan stood up. "Don't you want to eat together?" Morong Fong asked. "No, I still have things to do." "Then, I will leave first." Then, Yi Fifan clenched his teeth and walked out. In the kitchen, Lin Xian was skillfully cooking. "Little Xian, you can cook?" Lin Yu was surprised to see Lin Xian's skillful appearance. He was so skillful that he definitely didn't learn it on the spot. Although it was a small matter, it was a special bonus in the eyes of the elders. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. "Yes, I used to live with my sister and could only cook by myself. I also learned a little from her." Then, Lin Xian took out a plate of braised prawns. "Auntie, try it." Lin Yu was really curious about Lin Xian's cooking. Then, she tasted it and her beautiful eyes couldn't help but brighten. Morong Yu silently pinched a prawn. Because she knew about Lin Xian's cooking, she also liked to eat Lin Xian's dishes. "Little Xian, your cooking is so good?" Lin Yu showed a surprised expression. Hee. Lin Xian smiled and scratched his head. "It's okay. Anyway, I used delicious food to win your daughter over." Morong Yu's action of eating the prawns paused. Lin Yu glanced at it. I can see that. Lin Yu smiled and said. In fact, Lin Xian didn't use delicious food to win Morong Yu's heart. It was just that delicious food made their relationship go further, giving Lin Xian many excuses to be with Morong Yu. The main reason was the god domain. Auntie, you go and rest. I will cook for you. Lin Xian smiled and said. I will help you. There's no need for that. Little you will be fine, Lin Xian said with a smile. Okay, don't mess around. Lin Yu patted Morong Yu's shoulder and walked out. Little you, that humph of yours is really nice. Lin Xian then grinned at Morong Yu. Go to hell. Morong Yu gnashed her teeth and said. Hee hee, I am going to show my prowess tonight. Lin Xian smirked. In your dreams. Either go to someone else's place or don't come to my room tonight. You can't enter my room. Morong Yu swore. He definitely couldn't enter. Of course, Lin Xian still sneaked into Morong Yu's room. No matter how she locked the door, Lin Xian had the space attribute. She couldn't do anything. Moreover, Lin Xian's realm was higher than hers. Chapter 1459. The next morning, Lin Xian and an unhappy Morong Yu went downstairs. Little Xian, the time for the God's Awakening door has come out. Morong Feng said while sitting on the sofa. When? They asked. 5 days later. So fast. Morong Feng nodded. Although the God's Awakening door is under the jurisdiction of the Holy Temple, the one who is truly in charge is the Radiant Association. The time is also set by the Radiant Association. If there is anything else you need to do, then hurry up and finish it within these 5 days. Going to the God's Awakening door will take 3 months. I don't know if the flow of time inside the God's Awakening door is different from here, but there will always be a way for you to know the time. Lin Xian nodded. I understand. After 3 months, little Shi should be able to walk by then. Yes, because Chu He died, the 11th place Duan Ling Xiao entered the God's Awakening door. I don't know what will happen inside the God's Awakening door, but it's very easy for something to happen. After going in, no matter what, you must place your safety as the most important thing. You must not take any risks. Lin Xian and Morong Yu nodded. Lin Xian then asked, Uncle Morong, is the Radiant Association the strongest existence in the human race? Morong Feng shook his head. Not really, but in a sense, you can say that the Radiant Association is a power that has been passed down for a very long time. As of now, according to what I know, there shouldn't be many people left in the Radiant Association. At most, there shouldn't be more than 10 people left. However, the amount of resources they control is something that no one can compare to. Morong Feng paused for a moment before continuing. They possess the richest knowledge of the human race in the world. They know what's in which place and what's in which place. For example, if you want the 9-colored spirit lotus, they might not have it. However, they can tell you where it is, or where it has appeared before. In other words, they have experience. Morong Feng nodded his head. That's right, experience. According to what I know, the members of the Radiance Association are the ones with the longest lifespans in the human race. Of course, they could also be the strongest in the human race. They're definitely in the Heavenly Tao realm, and might even be at the high levels of the Heavenly Tao realm. Once you reach the Heavenly Tao realm, the difference of 1 star might be the difference between the Great Void realm and the Heavenly Tao realm. 1 star in the Heavenly Tao realm might be akin to a brand new realm. To raise 1 star is as difficult as ascending to the heavens. When the time comes, all of you will definitely be in the same situation. Lin Xian muttered to himself, the Radiance Association has the most profound generation. That's right, but they're also doing everything they can for the development of the human race, even though they're still a mysterious organization in my eyes. In the eyes of the world, the 3 major forces were humanity's everything. Lin Xian had once thought so as well. Lin Xian had once thought that the 3 major forces were the pinnacle of humanity. Later on, Lin Xian found out that behind the three major forces was the Radiant Association. Then, Uncle Morong, are there any other forces in this world? I'm talking about very strong forces, forces that no one has ever heard of under normal circumstances. Morong Fong nodded his head. Of course there are. In the eyes of the world, the three major forces are the strongest. However, this world isn't that simple. For example, although I'm the temple master, it's only a title. Do you really think that I can mobilize the temple's army with a single order? That's what I thought at the beginning. Simple logic. I'm the temple master, but in the entire temple, there are no less than 10 people who have the same authority as me. The same goes for the Trial Union and the Bounty Hunter Guild. In this world, no one is allowed to monopolize power. The temple was conquered by the Morong family and many other families. Naturally, it doesn't belong to the Morong family. It's just that it's in the hands of the Morong family for the past few generations. Morong Fong then said, there are many branch forces among the three major forces. For example, that Yi Fifan you saw yesterday. Yi Fifan's father is called Yi Haitao. He belongs to the Anti-Demon League. This Anti-Demon League may seem like a small organization, but it also belongs to the continent. A few core members of the Anti-Demon League have the authority to mobilize the members of the Temple, the Trial Union, and the Bounty Hunter Guild. Lin Xian pondered for a moment. Besides the Anti-Demon League, there are several other forces like this. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. For example, the one with the greatest authority in this continent is Uncle Morong. Who's your immediate superior? It's the Radiant Association. Lin Xian roughly understood what was going on. Therefore, this continent wasn't that complicated. Simply put, the three major forces that everyone thought had the highest authority were actually not so. The three major forces also had their own superior, the Radiant Association. After the Radiant Association, there might not be any more. Therefore, the Radiant Association was really the boss of this continent. Uncle Morong, are you sure that the Radiant Association only has a few people? Lin Xian suddenly asked. This? Morong Fong pondered for a moment. I know what you want to say. Since the Radiant Association is our immediate superior, they must be able to command all the other forces. Therefore, they might not be as simple as a few people. This. After returning from the God's Awakening Door, you might know. According to the previous situation, everyone who returns from the God's Awakening Door has to make a trip to the Radiant Association. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. So that's how it is. All right. Morong Fong smiled and patted Lin Xian's shoulder. There are still 5 days. It's not that much time. You'll be away for 3 months. If there's anything you need to do, hurry up and do it. After saying that, Morong Fong walked away. Are you going back to Lin and City? Morong Yu asked. Of course. Actually, Lin Xian didn't have much to do. When he returned, he would accompany little Shi Shi, Xiao Linglong, Anek Xian, and the rest. After all, he would be away for 3 months. 3 months wasn't a long time, but it wasn't short either. By the time he returned, Lu Yufan and the others should have already entered the Martial God Academy. They should have become existences who could hold their own. As for the other things, Lin Xian wanted to see Little Fairy before going there. However, he didn't think it would be possible. He swore that when he returned, he would definitely find her. Other than that, there wasn't much to do. It was the matter of the Art Pavilion group. And then you can go back. Morong Yu said. Give me a kiss. Lin Xian smiled and moved his face closer. Then, Morong Yu rolled her eyes. I'm going to work. I'll leave when I need to. She heartlessly left these words and left. Lin Xian. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.